And audio.
Audio.
That's how
Don't
things
talk, Dave.
roll.
Dave, shut the hell up.
Dave, shut up.
I woke up and it was snowing, and I was like, oh, maybe I could just chill at home and not have to go drive into town. And it stopped like 5 minutes later. It's like, it's over. It's like,
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums. This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetic modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing.
Me?
Want you to smoke the natural herb.
Sweet.
Some call it marijuana.
Sweet.
Some call it sesame.
Sweet.
Some call it dance bread.
The tea.
And some people call it
American Barcelona.
Wow.
Welcome to another edition of the Adam Dunn Show. I am your host, Adam Dunn. And Dave's not
I am
listening.
Dave Jarnick in Spain, and I'm a little drunk.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on his brain.
Whoa.
There it is. What's going on there, sir?
Please keep clear.
We have a
of the
full
doors.
show. We have not just only Dave and Spannabis being drunk, which I don't.
That's weird.
Not drunk.
That's weird.
Look
I
at
had
him.
half a drink.
He can barely talk.
Look at your eyes, dude. You're,
I
out,
know.
You're out of it.
They're
You
like
can tell.
closed.
You're like, they're rolling around in your head. We also have joining us at 6 o'clock our time, so whatever time that is compared to you, Mason Cutter, a.k.a. No-Till Hooligan, who is a professional wrestler and a no-till grower. It's kind of like covers a lot of bases.
Oh, I
that's for
forgot my luchador mask.
Oh, you should have brought it. But he's going to be checking in with us, and that should be entertaining at the least. And that is brought to you by Tony Baloney.
Nice.
Tony Baloney was...
Did you see what he posted the other day? It was fantastic. It was that clip of when you and I were in New York.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I described Tony Baloney to everybody.
While he was sitting right in front of us?
He wishes he was that. 6'6", completely ripped.
Yeah, the chat said, chat-inspired show. LOL, this is going to go downhill fast.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
they
they don't have much.
Not much faith in themselves.
No, I
That's
know,
really
right?
bad. That's bad.
It's not good.
No, I think this is going to be a good one. And then I saw that Tony, like, basically was already... He hit up and was like, I just thought it was interesting. Like, he was already trying to backpedal. Like he's not taking no responsibility for this show whatsoever. But
Oh, wow.
I have a feeling Mason's going to be awesome. You already follow him. You already follow him.
Yeah,
Dave.
Dave.
Follow who?
Fuck.
Wow, dude.
Wow, the show. You're drunk. How drunk are you? You
Wow.
don't even know what we're talking about anymore? It's
So
over.
drunk.
Wait, you said Mason. I've had this much of a drink.
Yeah, Mason Cutter, the no-till hooligan. You follow him. That is one of the reasons I knew that he was a quality guest, because I was like, well, Dave only follows
Oh,
quality
you
people.
shouldn't. That should really not be the litmus test.
Is that a fancy
So
ice
maybe
cube in your
follow
drink?
Are
there,
you?
Dave?
Are you? What is going on, Dave?
The ice cube is actually a rectangle.
Nice.
This
yeah.
is a real
It's
speakeasy,
a
man.
fancy ice cube, dude. That's what I said.
I know.
You don't get
One of
that.
them dang euros.
You don't get that out of your
European-
refrigerator in Boulder.
You can't.
James ordered Dom Perignon.
Do you know how hard it is to get ice in Europe in general?
Right.
Like, it's fucking
They-
hard,
yeah,
dude. They're
they-
like, whoa, we lost the recipe like 30 years ago, bro.
Ice
We
and
have no
AC.
idea how to do what you're asking. You're like, I need ice. You're like, whoa, that's weird. It is funny.
Ice and AC.
Yeah.
AC, they don't
Comforts.
Like. They just,
they just
don't.
never thought about that. So it's been raining, huh? Give us a whole rain story. All the rain
It
cry.
rained all day. Well, I didn't get in until yesterday at 10 a.m. So luckily, I spent the time in Amsterdam and it was cold. The weather was beautiful. It was sunny.
Why do you sound like crap all of a sudden?
Yeah, why are you sounding crap? What is it? What are we running off?
Maybe they turned up the sound in here. I don't know.
No, I don't
Did
know.
they make it louder in here for some
No.
reason or something?
It's not loud. It's you. Just you.
Yeah, it's just all muffly.
Just you muffled.
What am I doing?
Being drunk. I think it's
I think it's gonna be drunk,
I think it's just drunkenness. That's what I think it was.
I have no idea.
Being
How's
hammered.
that? Is that any better? Do I sound any better?
A little bit. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But
When it gets loud, it gets loud. I'm so good.
no, it's not about background noise. It just
I'm
sounds
not hearing
muffly.
any background noise. I'm just hearing
Muffle.
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, maybe
What up,
it's because
James
my
Loud?
iPod.
Oh, James is
5
really
years
hammered.
old.
You can tell already. Like, look at him.
Oh yeah, his Dom Perignon.
He's been chugged. He's like, flarf. Flarfing. So go back to the rain. Tell us all about the rain. That's all we want. I want to hear all the bad stuff that makes me feel like I did a good choice of not coming. Oh, so it rained every day, and you lost and James lost all his stuff? Good. Okay, 2 reasons not to go.
Oh, you weren't supposed to say that.
Okay, well, you know,
Damn.
lost.
Damn.
Didn't get into details. No details.
We didn't know detail. We
it
didn't
was,
say anything. It was peanut butter. I don't
The
know what you're
rain
talking
did
about.
not stop anybody from coming to Spain.
No, they can't
tell
because they
you
just
that.
spent $2,000 on tickets and shit to get there. So,
Yeah,
course.
they're all here. It did keep the lines down. Like they didn't do such a hard search on all the muggles coming in the front door.
they just want to get everybody in there.
They did. It did rain. It's not Colorado rain. Colorado rain, it rains for 10 minutes. Here it rained all day long. From morning until.
And the crazy part is I looked
now.
at the weather and it said like the day it's over, it's going to be like, oh, glorious again. You're like, fuck. I think it's
So,
geoengineering is what I believe.
Yeah,
I believe it's a geoengineered storm created by the Catalan government to get rid of Spannabis. I'm starting rumors.
Yeah, bro.
They already got rid of Cannabis.
100%.
Last year.
I know.
I do not understand it, so I will make it a
They
thing.
wanted to seal that deal. They were like, you know what? If we make it rain, they're going to be like, get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of here. Get out of here.
No, it's been all right. The rain did not deter anyone from coming out. The crowd was still the same. Everyone had a great time. There was lots of music.
So they announce all the they do the winners on the first day of the event, like they announce all the.
Yeah.
So did you go and do any actual journalistic research with your press pass rolling around and?
I don't have a press pass.
All right,
so
but
don't
just
concern
pretend you
me.
have a press pass.
No, I couldn't get in anywhere back there, and it was. I didn't know anybody. Like Requiem didn't have anything entered this year. They all did. Everyone really. The pinnacle was Ego Clash.
Yeah.
So
give us an update.
That's. I didn't make it because we remember it was your fault.
my
You
fault.
said that Ego Clash was on Thursday, the 13th. So that's when I booked my ticket to get in Thursday morning. But what happened was it was on Wednesday the 12th. So I missed it by a day.
Damn. Well, don't ever listen to me. That's the first rule.
I understand that. It was the way it was. But it was pouring rain the whole time. But my boys at Requiem won Ego Clash. So I was happy that to hear that.
Nice.
So they have a booth with Terps Army with Lorenzo. It was packed, crowded. Oh, you know who crushed it? Props to James Loud. He always had at least 3-4 people deep at his table set up at Aryan Strain Hunters, and sold almost all of his books.
That's a good move. You don't want to be moving. You want to get rid of all the books on the first day so you can just chill out and and relax, and so not think about having to bring anything home ever. Don't bring.
Hey,
anything.
Dave.
Alberto says hello.
Oh, what's going on? Chat's got something.
Well, we want to clear up a bet. We want to see if you could. They bet that you could swallow that whole ice cube whole.
If you're a grower,
Okay, I just had to interject. You
Who-
know,
who-
it was a very important chat.
That must have been.
This ice cube.
Was that Cheddar Bob? Was that Cheddar? Who's
No,
that? No, you're not even gonna tell us who it is.
It was Clem D.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh well, Clem could go. Fuck off.
Oh,
Wow.
Dave just said, "Fuck off to
he's
Clem
drunk.
D."
It's
Wow.
obvious. He's not
Drunk,
real Dave. This is
obviously.
drunk Dave.
I
so
might just have another drink.
Whoa.
You got to get rid of that ice cube first.
just relax, bro.
You know what, Mark? You can hide it in your prison wallet.
Thank you. All right. Well.
Wow, look, this show's going off the rails already.
Yeah, it's not good.
Dave's
show's
drunk and
worldwide.
stroppy and wow.
What
Going
does stroppy mean?
What does stroppy mean?
Just
Stroppy
make
is
that
exactly
word
exactly where you're at right now. Bleary-eyed, just talking
bleary-eyed.
shit, talking shit. What do you
Not
got?
talking
Wait a
shit.
minute. These glasses almost look like Pinsky glasses now that you're wearing. They're very thick.
Fuck you.
They're very big and they're thick.
I should have another drink right now. No.
Yeah, definitely. Just a double, please. A double.
No, then I'll be sloppy.
I'd have absinthe.
What is cool is that we have a mirror up on your ceiling there, so we can
Yeah,
actually
it
see
is
what's going on.
interesting.
You can see what's happening in front of you, so we have a little double.
I'd get some real absinthe.
You would, wouldn't you, Vinny?
Yes.
That's you.
So, what other parties did you? So, tell us about Lance. What's up with Lance? How was that thing? That must have been good. You got there for that.
Hello.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's getting in.
No, people just showed, like real people showed up.
Real people,
Oh no.
guests or
Doing a
people.
podcast.
Oh,
You're that nerd.
Yo,
Oh,
guy.
yeah, come on.
These are the people.
These are people. Hello,
Hi.
people.
We're in Denver, Colorado.
Welcome to Colorado.
Colorado says hello.
Denver, Colorado.
This show is worldwide.
Yeah, well, look, you got guests.
Needless to say, I can't smoke in here.
What?
Ugh.
That was that was what I was wondering. Like, why are you even there? What's
Yeah.
going on? Oh, so you can't
It's
smoke?
just confusing. Dave,
You're in so much
nice
trouble.
to meet you.
Yeah,
Yes,
you.
nice to meet you.
You failed the mission. That is the whole
Mickey,
mission.
nice
The
to
only
meet
thing
you.
you need to do is be able to smoke weed and have good internet.
Autumn,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Ashley, look, James is sitting there. I'm Dave.
Uh-oh, Dave's in trouble. Look at Dave's getting harassed. He's getting pickpocketed by people there. They're grabbing all his shit. Don't get pickpocketed on the show, dude.
I'm not getting what?
I'm in big pocket trouble,
Alberto,
man.
where
Coming
is
to your
the
house.
bubble?
Chat's
Alberto Bubble is here.
saying that you're just there for the ice cubes, Dave. Can you speak to this?
You know what? The listeners are not very nice. I'm just saying they haven't been very nice.
The
Very
who?
long time.
What happened now?
They want me to swallow that ice cube.
Dave's not here.
Yes, look, it's Alberto. Where is the bubble?
Hey, there's the bobble. I'm smoking bobble. Hey,
Adam says he isn't smoking the bubble.
I'm smoking some bobble. Hey, you know.
He says he's smoking the bubble. I smoked the bubble out of the Dabex today. It was
Nice.
good. Yeah. They have dabbable bubble here.
Here, show Loren. Where is he? Where'd he? Oh, I show him the bobble. Look at the
We show the
bobble.
bubble. He sees the bubble.
The bobble. It's a bobble. It's bubbly bobble. Hashish. Static.
Hashish.
Hashish. Static tech. Static.
Wow.
Static touch.
Yeah, a little static.
Little chunky chunk,
you
little
know.
chunky chunk, yo.
Should I make a bobble? Should I make a bobble? Bobble.
Yeah, I want a
the
bubble.
bobble.
Oh, it's
I'm
bubbling.
not smoking here, right?
It's a bobbling.
Bobble. It's a bobble.
Oh, my bad.
That's my boy, though. That's Lorenzo from Amsterdam. Alberto, Alberto. Alberto from Amsterdam.
Alberto from Amsterdam.
He was my
He took
guy.
me to
So
the
he-
new one.
so
The
he-
Herbalist
so-
and the Bloom House.
Alberto came to my first podcast when I had no podcast. It was just me sitting downstairs talking shit for 5 hours a day. And he would come in every day and he would bring me a 6-pack of Corona. And I would sit there and just go through the Coronas and we would talk shit and smoke dab. Or not dabs, we'd be doing bong hits. But he was like, it was just funny because every day it was like a roll. He'd come in around a certain time and he'd be like, where's the bobble? And then we'd smoke bubble hash. That was it. So,
Hell
and now he
yeah.
has a great shop called The Herbalist where we did the show from last time when we were there. And it's really cool. It's good to see. Italians are killing it when it comes to hash. Right?
yeah.
Like
Italians are killing it.
they're killing it in the hash department. That's what, right? They're killing it. And all you have to, because everybody in Spain, when you talk about hash, it's like you say, oh, is it Italian? Oh, yeah, of course. Because they love their
What do you guys
chillums.
all do in the industry?
Uh-oh, here he goes. He's doing it.
Uh-oh.
He's going
He's
to do a
doing an interview.
sideshow.
We're going to find out. Go ahead.
Sideshow Dave.
Just eat the ice cube, Dave, please. That's all.
Dave.
That's all they want to see. Nobody wants to hear anything.
Design and co-packing.
Wow. All right, here we go.
We have a cultivator here, Adam.
We have a cultivator. We have a cultivator in the house. Yeah, but we'd have to have a mic.
These are potential guests for the show. I'm just saying they have.
Yeah.
more
Do
business
they have a
people.
microphone with them that runs?
They don't
through-
have a microphone.
Come
Take
on,
the
Dave.
camera off of me and put
Give
it on
him
the
the Zoom
studio.
link.
No, no, no.
Call
Oh yeah,
in.
give him the Zoom link. Send him the Zoom link.
Send him the Zoom link, Dave. What are you doing, Dave?
We're live in Denver.
Just relax, bro.
Yeah, if you need
I
them,
can't
you just
send
send them
them
the
the Zoom
link.
link.
Why? Send them the Zoom link if they want to be a guest.
I babble on the talk show. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Somebody knows who you are, Adam. You're
Oh
in trouble.
fuck.
Oh,
that's
no.
bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
I
No,
know
it's
that
Autumn.
guy.
She can design stuff. She can actually machine me right now an Adam Dunn Voodoo doll. And I can poke pins in it.
Let's do it. Do it. Get it done. Get her done. Get her done, Dave.
You know what? This is Spain. I might be able to smoke here. I'm thinking that maybe I can
Well,
get
you can
away with
vape
this.
there. Come on. Just pull your vape.
Maybe.
Just use your little. No maybes. We want you arrested on the air, please. Get out. Start vaping. At least with your. Where's it? Come on. What do you got? Oh, allegedly. Allegedly something.
Allegedly.
That's an alleged vape from Spain. Look at that Spanish vape. Obviously.
But I'll tell you something. This is no longer a vacation. It's a quest. It's a quest.
Come
for
on.
fun.
That wasn't even a hit, Dave. That was just like you just
What'd
touched
you
it
get?
with your mouth. There was no time for a hit. All right. This is the Dave's Chin Hour. Welcome to Dave's
Hold
Chin.
on, guys. I'm about to talk to a real woman here because he ordered a drink with tequila, and now I'm getting the vapors.
Uh-oh. Here he goes. Dave's drunk,
Getting the
talking to
vapors.
women.
Hold on. I need a drink. I got to put on my bar persona.
Wow.
What is in that?
They don't even know.
Anna, may I have whatever she's having?
Oh no!
Wow. We're talking about going off the
Dude,
rails.
it's
This is-
totally going off the rails.
Wow.
It's
See, if
like-
I don't... See what a good... Like I am.
know, right?
When I'm there, nobody's drinking.
No, he would.
What are you
Absolutely.
drinking?
He would.
Look at this guy. He's out of control.
He wouldn't be drinking. Right now.
Manhattan. She's drinking a
Just
Manhattan.
hey,
Now.
you need a Long Island
That's
iced
a nice,
tea.
classy drink.
You need like 2 Long
I'm not
Island iced
drinking
teas, and
Long
you'll be
Island iced tea.
fucking toast, dude.
See, I like me an old fashioned rather than a Manhattan.
Ooh, Moscow Mule.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
What is in a bubble?
I don't. What?
Are you smoking a cigarette in here?
Oh God! If somebody's smoking a cigarette, then,
Then
you
you're
should
smoking
don't-
weed, yo. Smoking
Oh no, you have to ask Anna.
bobble. Get to it.
What's
Oh
up?
my gosh, look at that. What is that? No, but what's that thing on the side of it?
This is one of those shows.
My name is Dave.
So anyway, how was your week, Mark?
I had a great week.
Oh, great.
I don't know.
No?
It was great.
I saw you at the game. You know.
Oh, I went to the Nuggets game. That's right.
Ah,
Went
that's
to the
what you
Nuggets game.
How do you forget these things?
But we bought $20 tickets because we're on this list for if they have $20 tickets, they just send you and you tell them how many you want, they just send them to you. Very last row. Like we were walking up, I was like, surely we got to be turning right soon here.
All the way.
Surely we got to be turning right
That's the
soon.
best way.
Oh, it's like unheard. Like when you're there, it's not even like you're in the game, really. Or it's like
That's the best place to smoke, though.
it is
Yeah.
the best place to smoke.
Yeah, it was exactly where we were for the concert. What concert did we go to? And we
Jane's?
were like chilling up top with those people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jane's, yeah, it was at Jane's, yeah, and like it was, you know, the little section behind the seats and all that, yeah,
It's all wide open.
yeah.
Chiefdom.
I would have brought my dab bags had I known.
For sure.
I was gonna be way up there.
Somebody search you though going in? Or machine?
Not anymore. Now you can just walk. I haven't been patted through all year. Like they have it to where they
Don't they have a metal detector?
They have a metal detector.
So you got to
too.
take that and put it through the metal.
know.
And they're like, "What's this?" And you're like, "It's a
I was just
coffee
kidding, anyways.
maker in case I get stuck."
I
It's
Plus,
a
it's glass.
totally
They're not going to let you have
smoke-free-
glass. They're not going to let you have glass in the
I
fence.
know. I was
You're,
just
did
kidding.
you call it?
tripping.
I was kidding. I mean, I bring a vape pen.
Oh, good. Dave's smart.
Vape pens
he's,
get in.
He's muted himself.
Oh,
Genius.
yeah.
What a genius.
Dave is
Dave is pretty
kind of
smart.
smart when it comes to swallowing ice cubes.
Self-loathing.
He's the best. He's the best at the
Yeah.
ice cube swallowing. That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. I've heard he's a champion.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, this is fun. We get to watch him perusing. I don't know. Is that the word? No, not really perusing.
Can I use these words anymore?
Gay as hell.
Oh, and so big news at the Sohai.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Lotte's out front.
Well, no, I wasn't even thinking about the elote. That is the big news, and that was my original thought. But then as I thought, well, maybe I could twist this. Oh. No, I noticed you blacked out the back there, getting ready for some Adam Dunn show action.
Yeah, it was, they had barbecue.
Well, the
over
barbecue
here.
couldn't read it anyway, so it was just like.
Well, and then the guy had a really cool Sohai thing going on, and then they came in yesterday and blacked it all out.
Huh, okay. Well, interesting.
Why?
I don't know what they're doing next.
No, he sent me a message, or I got a message saying we're going to do Adam Dunn show thing, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I pulled up, and I was like, I guess they're getting prepped for it. Huh. So flags and things. Did you give him give him any direction?
No. I wasn't going to go flag. I'd rather go skull and crossbones than the flag.
Oh, yeah, skull and crossbones.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's very flaggy looking because it's like a big rectangle. It's a gigantic black rectangle. So I was like,
he says he's going up in layers and going all the way up into the top, even with the flames and the white. They're going all the way.
All right, second drink is here, guys.
I like it. Well, the barbecue was cool, but it actually looked a little too tribally and not very readable. Like I didn't see the word barbecue and I knew what it said. So I was like, what? Imagine when you don't know what it says and
you gotta get the old English out, bro. Old English font.
Oh.
BBQ.
Yep.
We're in it.
You want to go tell
People are coming in.
Is that what it takes?
Oh yeah, dude.
Some Roman numerals and some old English font.
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah.
That's not a very graffiti vibe, though.
Yeah, it is.
I would like it in I need it in old English, sir. And you're like, that's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like
oh
old
yeah.
school. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Get on it.
It's not easy. Yeah. It's not easy work, mate.
Oh, it's
back-breaking fucking work.
Oh, okay, that's Vinny. I thought that was them.
There's somebody British in the room, or did Vinny probably drop?
Vinny dropped some things.
Vinny needs
there's no British people in the room here. Maybe there.
I'm already into my second drink. This could be bad.
Wow.
I can tell.
I can see that. This is going to drop off quick. Thank God we got Mason Cutter coming in later to save the show.
Missing tourists in Spain.
Thank God. This got some quality.
I'm Dave.
Oh,
nice
God.
to meet
we
you,
get to hear Dave introduce himself like hundreds of times.
I'm warm, guys. I'm doing the show. This
Live.
is Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. How are you? Welcome to our.
She can't hear us, but hey.
Welcome to our humble podcast.
Yes. He says hello.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
We're doing really good at communication here.
James, what's this rumor of Dom Perignon?
Oh, God.
You know what I've been watching on
Didn't you
YouTube
say
lately?
you
It's
were
kind of
ordering
weird.
Dom Perignon for everybody? You were kidding?
Super old.
The only reason I showed up.
Vintage wine cork openings.
Huh.
It's like super interesting because like sometimes they're all
crap.
They disintegrate and they fall in the thing and they have to strain it all out and all that shit.
And
they get all nervous because it's like
$10,000 bottle of wine.
exactly.
I heard.
Yeah.
Are
they any good?
People like it.
I don't drink
know.
Macallan.
I doubt it.
I'd get a glass cutter. And
There was a
just-
1964 that they opened up the other day, and I was like, "That's crazy."
Witnessing a rare moment, man.
You know, there's probably like within that time you open it and you drink it, there's probably a 10-second window that the shit's fucking great, and then I bet it turns the like I can just imagine there's no like you couldn't let that shit
The
linger
oxidation
around
rate
or
on it is
you have to be like
instant.
really like oh okay wait
That's what it seems like. They pour it out,
and then you drink it and then
Yeah.
like and you're like that's there goes 10 grand. I don't know, it just like right now the hot thing, I'm not like a drink anymore or anything, but 2022 huge year. Bordeaux's 2022 crushing it right now. So people are going out and buying like fucking just oh my god, it's the greatest year ever. So like it just
2022 we can have. Really?
that's what right now it was a good year. It was a good year.
Oh, a wrestler just walked in with a belt.
A what? A wrestler?
Oh, that's weird. We have a wrestler.
We have a
coming on
wrestler.
later.
We have a challenge then. Colorado versus Spain. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to ramble.
Yeah, dude.
Ego clash.
Ramblus. Let's get ready to ramblus.
You guys want this or American Gladiator?
So that brings me to what do you think about aged cannabis? And is there any kind of market for that? Is like, will there ever be? And is
I think the problem is that back in the day when we had bricks, right?
Yeah.
You could age that because it was all kind of together. The minute you have it out loosey goosey and airs around, that shit just turns the
right.
Everything has a sort of time span, and nothing over six months max. Yeah, 3 months. 6 is like. Well, the cool part is if you have something that's 6 months old and it still smells good or has something to it, then it's good weed. You know what I mean? It has to be good weed. It was good to begin with.
Totally.
You know
100%.
So it's kind of a good, but yeah, weed doesn't age great. Hash ages great, which is awesome.
Right. That's better, I think.
Because there's also no air in between. So the whole thing is, it's just about the air in this. It's like when you have those like real loose buds and you put them into a jar and you're all like, well, they look so great. They all taste like shit after a while because they're so like, they just get toast real quick, you know?
Yeah.
It's all about it's like when you don't fill your jar full compared to a full filled jar, it keeps it all tight. Then by halfway down, it just loses it all because there's all this air around the headroom, you know, unless you suck all the air out with one of those little, because now we all get the little mason jar top things. Those work. They're good. But you know, how lazy are you? And do you do it every time? No. So you're like, I fucked up.
I just smoke.
But in general, and Colorado, top to add to the add injury to insult, right? We're in a place where it's just volatile towards cannabis. So if you live in that perfect 60-60 vibed place where it's like, dude, it's like 60 degrees and it's fucking 60%, then you're good. But here, like when my dry room, the pump went out on the humidifier, which I have to put in my dry room, right? And
that's so weird.
It's 20%. I go in there like, it's 20. 19.6 to 21% is the ambient in my place.
Yeah.
It would right now in the wintertime, you know. It might go up to 40 if we're lucky, but hardly. And so, you know, we're just on a challenge. But the good part about it is if you're always on that side, you pretty much can. I just keep those things filled all the time when I've got things going, and I can keep it. But it's literally like I open the door and I can watch the thing go. It's like, fuck.
Whoa.
That's
crazy.
Because it's fucking Colorado. Yeah. The challenge.
Yep.
But hash, no problem. Hashish
is the more the aging thing.
Yeah, they can 20 years, you know,
right?
No problem, which is awesome. So it has like self-preservation qualities within the glands because that's, you know, again, dry sieve, and fucking you can sit there, can hold that shit forever. Water, not so much because it's like eggs where you clean that outer layer off and now it doesn't age. Like you can take an egg right out of a chicken and leave it on the fucking counter for a month or something, and still no problem. Mm-hmm. Wash it and it's like got a time now. It's time's ticking because you've cleaned that membrane off, you know.
Yep.
So it's the same with the glands. The glands all have a little membrane on them, and you put it through the wash and you've cleaned that off, and now they are fresh and they got a really good taste to them because it's kind of like gotten rid of also a little bit of that excess on the outside, but it also has a very short shelf life. So 20 years from now, I don't see that stuff being cured as nice as. I think it just turned to dust after a while.
Right.
It does. I mean, I've seen.
Yeah, old bubble is not
as
tasting.
Nice. Yeah, same as old any old extract because it's everything sort of mitigates. You get you open up your thing and it's like, you know, if it's like a 2-year-old extra, it's bright orange. It's got a weird color to it. It's kind of crumbly and weird. It doesn't get better. You know what I mean?
No.
Whereas you get a piece of hash, like you break it open, cut into it, and look inside, and it's like the outside will be all oxidized and brown, but the inside will be fucking still, depending on the quality of the stuff, could be silver. Or Dave, how's that drink going? How's that ice cube? Did you chug it?
An education on this show.
Yeah.
Chug.
I already finished it.
Wow, that was quick. No gag reflex, I noticed.
Wow, not at all.
How'd you get to that point?
How'd you get it down?
How did you do that? Practice?
Dave, the chat's saying that you're looking pretty sober. You need to get that man a booger joint.
Whoa, booger joints.
Yeah.
Nose cam. You know what it looks like? What's that album cover? You know.
King Crimson.
King
That's the one, the cartoony one? Yeah.
No, you know. What is it?
Right where you're going.
What is it?
King Crimson.
King Crimson, yes.
Yeah.
You got it. Hey, what up, King Crimson? He doesn't get it.
King Crimson and Clover.
Yes, this is the shot you got right now is a King Crimson
No,
Nice, you nailed it.
The best. She's nursing that drink. You put a drink in front of me, I just finished it. That's why I don't drink.
You have to take another one.
No.
Nah, bobble. You need the bobble. You need to drink the bobble.
another one, dude.
Drink some champagne with some bobbles in it.
No, James was just fucking with me. He didn't order Dr.
What?
You can double your money if you bring it back.
He's making you pay for everything. He's like, oh, I got Big Daddy Dave coming through with the fat wallet.
Yeah, I'd be shipping containers of champagne over. Making some money.
You need to smoke a smoky.
Oh,
you need to.
Says you should light that joint up.
Yes. Get in trouble.
And if you get in trouble, say it's Autumn's.
Yeah, blame me. You can blame me. Oh, shout out to the bro. Happy birthday, bro. Woo!
Happy birthday, bro.
Woo! Bro's birthday yesterday. Bro's birthday yesterday, Dave.
Foul.
It's the bro's birthday yesterday.
Yesterday.
I sent you the link, so if you want to put headphones in.
My connection here inside. My connection is.
It's a Wi-Fi.
Who's watching the shop right now? How come there's nobody over at his place? What's going on? Who's at the Herbalist? Who's running the Herbalist right now?
I have hot
He
snakes.
has multiple shops. He has the Herbalist and he has Hooligan.
Ah, new. Very good. Expansion. Expansion. Well,
So don't you have another guest coming in so that?
I mean,
I do. I do. We just want to wait for you to choke on that ice cube first.
Yeah, we have a bet. I have a bet going
I
here.
see
So
somebody is showing off a bag of weed though. Can I smell?
So what did you? So tell us about anything you've been smoking or what? What's going on? Give us some updates.
yeah, Dave, what's the most notable thing you've smoked down there?
Yeah, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, Dave.
We need content.
That ice cube, man.
You smoking ice cubes now?
You smoking ice cubes? Nice, dude. That's awesome, bro.
Please, you're gonna throw me a softball like that. I'm gonna knock it out of the park.
You did real nice, Dave. You know,
So
We're all-
Continental Championship.
we're all awaiting your return.
I sent Lance. I sent Lance a link also. Told him to jump on if he wanted to. Do you know where he's at?
Lance?
Yeah.
Friday night here?
Yeah. What's he? Oh, he's got. Is he tying one off right now? He's got. Oh my God.
Look, I said Lance. Autumn turned around. Everybody knows Lance.
Everybody knows Lance.
Oh, she has a drink in a coconut.
Oh, Dave's
With a
drinking
peanut
coconut
on the
drinks now.
outside.
It's
I know, dude.
Oh my God.
Thank God it's not mine.
It's got a peanut on it.
Wow.
Everyone thinks you're staring at her nuts now.
Whoa.
Actually, you're nuts. You want
Dave's
me
gonna
to
milk
sip
this
your
nuts joke as hard as he can. He's like, "You're nuts. We're looking at your nuts. Did I mention
Sharing her
nuts?"
with everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly that. So I guess I should like reach out to Mason now and say I
What's
guess
in
we
the
got a
drink?
2-hour show because we lost our co-host. He's
What's
drunk.
in the drink?
He's drunk.
He's off to the he's out of his mind. He's in another country. We got nose shots, King
Got a
Crimson.
lot of booze in it.
Oh my God.
Ice cube eating contest.
Honestly, I'm feeling on the neck on the top
What's that one
floor
guy?
right
What's
now.
that one guy? The something widow or something? What's that dude? He's the guy who eats the competition eater guy. Famous one. Name it. Name the competition eating guy's name. You know, Dave knows.
What type of?
What's his name?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. The Black Widow's that other chick, right? The Asian one or something, or the White Widow, or the something widow.
Well, it's Patrick Bertoletti. Bertoletti?
Hey, we got an ice eating contest going on right now over here.
And
Dave versus Joey Chestnuts.
Oh, Joey Chestnut was banned from this contest, remember? He was banned from this one.
Oh, yeah?
Due to a sponsorship conflict with the rival brand of
He was on those
base hot dogs.
They were shooting up his throat with fucking some sort of drugs or something. They got him all caked up. All right, you won't feel nothing, Joey. You just shove the food down. We've turned off all gag reflexes. So anyway, let me see. Let me reach out and see. I guess we're gonna have to start early.
Yeah, dude, because Dave just ditched us.
Dave is drunk and look at him. He can't talk.
Yeah, he can't talk. He's not.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I muted. I was ordering my third drink.
Whoa.
Oh no, is it in a,
It's not even not even like 45 minutes into the show.
Is it in a coconut, Dave?
Yes.
Oh, you're doing the coconut drink?
You're doing the coconut drink?
It's got to be rum, obviously.
Yeah, dude.
It's a compliment to rosin.
Okay.
It's
nice.
a compliment to rosin?
I guess. Coconuts.
You need to pair the rosin with
No, it's
the
like you're
drink.
eating too. You got like a little food in there.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
What?
What?
What? Where's the bubble? What? Smoky the bubble.
Yeah, dude, where's the bubble?
The bubble.
He paid a lot of money for this. You're doing a smoky the bubble. We're going to get him kicked out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm realizing right now? I just saw the inside of a woman's purse, and it had a mirror inside of the top. You don't have to take it out. It's right there.
Wow, Dave.
See how,
Dave's getting purse
this is
tech.
what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave sounds
said it,
like
no?
a hot marble going into aloe vera.
I love those videos, dude. Those are my favorite.
Which one?
I don't know why. The red hot ball of copper or whatever. The
Oh,
hell.
melting through everything?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't go outside. I gotta
Those
do
are my
this.
favorite. I don't know
Really?
why.
You like those
I
ones?
love those.
I don't know. They're kind of like, they don't really do it for me. They don't have, they're like, it's hot. It's melting. It does, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like incredibly lame. Like, you're like, really? That's it? Like,
Yeah.
It's 8,000 degrees and it can barely get through fucking ice. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm always, yeah,
It's like,
amazed by the things they can and can't do.
I know. I was
Yeah.
pretty unimpressed.
Okay.
I like the squish. I like the crush one. I like the press one is always good.
I don't want to do that, but I have to.
Yeah. The hydraulic press.
Yeah,
is
that's good.
Yep,
Because
that's
then,
good.
you know, it's like fucking, it's done at that point. There's no, and you see the stress and you can see some things you're just like, damn, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a picture full of margaritas and joints rolled already.
Whoa. Margaritas too? You just double fisting right now? You gonna have a coconut and a margarita, please?
Dave and James Loud, producer, sent me
We were talking
the same
about
video clip.
where the
Of
best
what?
setting is
It's an
to
18-minute
take
video
psilocybin.
Okay, well,
And
that's
it's
cool.
not
So
in
whenever
this
you want to
room.
throw it on, we can throw it on, I suppose.
Autumn just rocked the best hat.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so Dave, what we're going to do is we're going to show this 18-minute video, I think, that
I
you guys
gotta-
both sent us. So it's the same video.
Just me talking to James and Lawrence.
You and James and Lance just rapping about nothing?
Yep.
Wow.
It's fun.
Okay.
What? No way.
All right, we're gonna get. Then we can just kick back. We don't have to do nothing. Well, we
Yeah,
can
give me a
comment on it.
second.
No,
You
we can do like the what's that one show? The fucking movie theater thing.
3,000?
Oh.
Yeah.
Science theater.
Science theater. There you go. Boom. We'll science theater this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is great.
Get ready to be ridiculed. Dave.
Just give me a second here. I gotta.
Whoa.
You know, I'm doing things.
VLC, bro. Drop it into VLC.
No, bro.
Remember when that used to work for everything?
Yes.
That was the
It
best.
still does.
Does it? That thing is old.
It's still the best.
It's the best.
It's still the best.
Oh,
Good way to
dude,
put it.
I used to do. Sometimes I would do so much cocaine, my freaking eyes would dry out.
My bad.
Look at you grinding.
I should have been prepared for this, you
dude,
know?
yeah.
Well, especially if you
I'm
asked me
gonna
about it.
lick
'cause
my
you-
hands.
I know, right?
didn't
I
even
know.
it
Why did I
existed.
even like?
You should have not mentioned it.
I could
would've-
have not mentioned it. We'd have
I'll
just
get
never showed it.
dehydrated, boy.
No, that's perfect. If it's 18 minutes, because that'll get us back in, and then we'll have like we can do 20-minute more, and then we'll have Mason on, and we can just let Dave be drunk and fucking roll around on the ground like a dog or whatever he's gonna
What's
do.
wrong?
Your whole family, Banner.
I had 2 drinks.
That's two more than I've ever
Yeah,
seen you
dude.
do. So that's
Me too, actually.
pretty much.
Wow.
If you take amount of time since my last drink,
Wow, dude.
we'll play the video.
I'm working on it, dude.
Don't you
Just
remember what happened last time you drank? You should probably.
Yeah, I'd like to place an order.
Oh, they're making fun of me.
yeah.
Who, everybody?
As they should.
We are. We'd never do that. We would never do that, Dave. That's one
Oh,
thing.
yeah, they're definitely having a laugh at my expense. I can't hear what they're saying, but I can see the look on Autumn's face.
Of course. Well, why
That was a
wouldn't
laugh
they?
at my expense.
We have. That's why you're there, Dave.
I'm over here to make me funny like how? Like ha funny?
Oh, he's getting into that mode now. He's
right. You like that one?
Quoting movie quotes.
No, these are real women, man. Look,
Real live. I know. I see them. They're seeing your weakness.
Okay.
They're honing in on your
It
weaknesses.
is my weakness.
Well, now they see
Welcome
you're
to
drunk. Get them drunk. I'm telling you, watch out. Pickpockets all over the place. All over the place there.
Okay. You guys ready for all this?
All right. We're ready.
Okay, this is great.
Yes.
This is gonna be great, guys. You guys are gonna.
Dave's nose. Take one.
We're gonna watch
Nose
a
cam.
video brought to you by So High Cafe.
Hey, hello, hey.
There we go.
Oh, look
All
at this.
right.
Good lighting and great sound. This is going to be nice.
Oh,
Professional equipment.
I was told the sound is crunchy
Oh,
early.
no. Is it?
So
I'll try it.
apologies for
Crunchy sounds?
crunchy sounds.
No one can get the sound right.
Welcome to a co.
Am I starting this off or you starting
You're going to start off?
Whoa.
Really? I'm going to defer to you because it's your guy?
Oh,
Dropped
look
like
at you,
100
stroppy ass. Are you drunk there, too? What's going on?
And Dave wants to start this off.
No, I
Dave's
I'm the number
starting-
2 guy.
Yeah.
I'm a
Grumpy
good number
Dave
2
doesn't
guy.
get to start this off.
Number 2 work for.
Grump? Who does number 2 work for?
Where's
Tell
Adam?
that turd who's boss.
We need to consult with Adam.
So who are you?
Yeah.
No, you. They won't hear you unless you.
Yeah, I'm curious where Adam is in that sponsorship money I gave him.
Oh, I spent it all.
To Spannabis.
I'm spending
Adam,
it.
how are you spending Lance's $500 that you were? Well, actually, hold on a second. In Adam's defense, what did I say to you when you were on the show? When you said I'm going to give Adam $500 to get him to Spannabis, and you were like, "I'm going to send you." Did I say to you, A, no, don't do that. Please just buy him the ticket because he's going to wait until it's too late.
It's true.
The prices will go up and he won't come, and that's your only choice.
You did.
But it was already $650 when I looked at the
The
first
problem
hour.
was you're like, okay, he needs to fly into Amsterdam on this day. Then
Yep.
he needs to fly from Amsterdam to Barcelona on that day.
It was still the same price. No, I didn't ask you for the Barcelona.
It was
I just did
to get
Denver to
British Airways
Amsterdam.
from Denver to Barcelona.
I'd be trapped.
That was the deal. So
I would
I'm
have
like,
never
hey,
made
you
it.
guys booked the
It would
multi-city.
have been terrible. Would have been
BS.
You don't.
me and Dave's
Back to
no money.
No, James, check some text messages. Of course, he's recording.
Okay, let's do this. So we're here at Spannabis 2025. I've got Lance from Grove. We've got Dave, Grumpy Dave from the Adam Dunn Show. How you doing, Grumpy Dave?
We were just had some good shtick going there, and then you reset, and you think you do this just so your editing guy can get paid.
Hell yeah!
I
do.
want all the footage from start to end, no editing.
No
this
editing.
Restart crap. James Loud podcast. We're at Spannabis. I will be honest with everybody. There has been a stream of people not only buying James's seeds, but buying his books. And the guy that just walked up here had like almost tears in his eyes and is like, I won't use his accent. It was, I read your book and I started reading after that. That has to be the greatest compliment in the world. Is that like the equivalent of an industry chubby?
Yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes. Yeah. You know what? I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's one thing to put stuff out in the world. It's another thing for the world to accept it, right? Whatever it is, right? It's whether it's a book or whether it's a song that you made or whether it's a podcast, right? You're just putting this stuff out in the world.
Podcast.
Oh, no, I'm telling you. Like, look at your podcast. You guys crush it on the podcast. I wouldn't be doing podcasts if it wasn't for you and Adam, right? I feel like, you guys don't get credit for all this stuff all the time, right? But like literally, you look at the podcasts out there that you've influenced, right? Like myself and so many others, right? But it's not even about the credit, right? It's the fact that you did it. I'm happy that I did the book. If I get credit for it or not, whatever. But I feel like I did the best book that I could. I put my life into it. It was a very devotional thing, and I think it's been well received so far.
Very well.
Obvious, they love it. See, all right, we have to stop. Come on up. See, you want James Loud to sign your book?
the girls.
No, it's him. Yeah.
Use Dave Loud.
Yeah.
Dave Loud is over here.
Yeah.
Dave is
Take out Google Translate.
Oh, Dave hung up too.
See, look, this is now James going to conduct business. He doesn't speak French.
And conducted in French. That was what I was
You
about to
must
say.
speak in French, James. Get your Google Translate
C'est ne
out.
parlez-vous français?
No English at all? No? Ha-ha! No, I
you
don't
go.
speak any French.
You won't be buying a book, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
not.
now, so this has been a fun experience. Lance had an event called Puff Puff Invitational at an art studio. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Went to the Organic Cup. I have all these samples that I have to judge in the next 90 minutes.
Oh, God.
So in true Adam Dunn Show
A cough
fashion,
fest.
I will not be done in 90 minutes.
Come on, dude. Get to work.
And I don't think
dude.
James, he did not close the deal. I'm watching. They're just, there appears to be communication, but there really isn't. I'm thinking right now James is taking Google out, and he's like, translate
I feel like I'm watching
fromage
golf,
and
dude.
egg. I need an egg sandwich.
Oh, sliced
on
it right
brioche.
off the 9.
Yeah.
And kissing and cooking.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
it.
sorry, these guys have face tattoos.
We
so
actually
I'm just
gave
thinking
Dave a
if
mission
he says
was to
something
go
wrong,
around the
James
actual
might get
thing,
killed right here.
film
He
stuff.
could pull out a gat and
so that we,
Pull out a
because
gat.
actually, if what we can do is
Cut
go
James
to
up.
Lance's page.
Yeah,
'cause
no
he actually
sell.
does these really tight little videos. He does that
Oh.
anyway. So Dave failed miserably. As
Yeah.
usual. We'll have to
Of
do
course,
that.
Dave failed. miserably.
It was you.
To watch him failing. That's the video. Here's me. This
I
is a
still
video of me
want all
not
that
getting what I
footage.
said I was gonna do.
Yeah. It's okay. So now I think this is take 3. We opened. We had some good content.
You know, maybe he sent me a
Then
more
James-
edited
It is about,
video,
and
but he
everyone's
wouldn't
supposed to
say
meet
it.
outside.
So I
Then
played the
that
one
was
that
the
Dave sent
second
me.
one.
This is fine.
We have to meet outside
They're
at
exactly the
420.
same videos, though, right?
Oh, that
think
perfect.
so.
Well, the same
15
time
minutos
for stamp.
más. All right.
Did you just attempt Spanish?
That was Spanish. Pinche pendejo.
Actually, no.
Oh,
Lance speaks
shit.
good Spanish.
That was something bad.
He does. He speaks good Spanish. I
I'm
was
pretty
impressed.
sure that was bad.
That was
I've
pretty
seen a
bad.
Cheech and Chong movie.
Thank you. Live
So-
in Southern California long
Yeah, it's
enough.
the same
Since you weren't
timestamp,
paying
so we're
attention,
good.
So it's definitely
which is perfect
unedited.
because Adam barely pays attention.
What? I'm paying
Um,
attention right now.
That's where I learned it from, actually.
We
It's
are
from Adam.
we are on take 3 now.
How to not pay attention
because
to
I
your
guess
guests?
there was a crunchy audio recording. So your reset that you did earlier, gone.
Gone. It's okay.
It's on the cutting room floor.
I got glasses
as
on
they
now.
say.
Well, these guys edit. That's the difference. See,
start
the
over.
James
Ready?
Loud show is
Oh.
completely edited.
Is that
Right.
like
It's not
Oh, I know.
live like us.
Superman
Like,
thing?
Yeah.
I
Superman,
mean, come
right?
on.
I get it. I get it.
I'm ready for camera
So on that
anytime.
note,
So Grumpy Dave is here from
Oh
the Adam
my
Dunn
God.
Show.
Wow, it's gonna get worse and worse. You can
we
already
love Dave. You know, I wouldn't be here without this guy. Like, literally, I came on their podcast before I was ever on a podcast. You know, and then Lance, he was interviewing me. I wasn't the interview guy. Really, I was just the breeder guy, right? Like, I enjoy breeding. So I got to give a lot of credit to both of you guys who were doing this long before I was doing it. They're still doing it better in some ways than I do it now.
I appreciate that, and I'm a nostalgia guy.
Yeah.
So, is that a jar I see right there? I'm thinking I see a jar right there. And for anyone who's watched the Adam Dunn Show, knows that the first time James was on our show, I walked out, I'm pretty sure, with like $400 worth of rosin.
You leave that poor man alone, Dave.
From this press that he did, that. So this is 5 years ago.
More
And 6 years ago,
self-loathing.
pre-pandemic,
2019.
and pre-pandemic, and it was white when no one had white rosin back then.
Yeah, it was like the lightest blonde.
I'm sorry,
color
I
that
need
you
to
could.
just check that out for a second. It might be jelly.
he was trying to refrain from sharing.
What is that? Let's see.
Let's see how much he scoops.
Oh, look at him holding it down.
Look at it. Hold it. Whoa, he's not even letting him take it out of his hand.
It's.
He's learned.
Oh,
his
he doesn't
lesson.
want to get it on
Incognito.
camera.
It's the incognito.
I'm not
Hey, man,
he
I'm
thinks,
here to
he
keep it
thinks
straight.
that I don't have
It's
a
on
receptacle.
camera
Yeah,
What, am I going to hold it in my
No,
hand?
you would stick your finger in it.
You weren't at my party last night.
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
Dave would stick his finger in there.
He would.
Maybe you should sell some seeds. Look, they want to buy some seeds. 5 packs of seeds, 150 euros, only till we're done talking. Then it's 151 euros. So,
Wow, Dave.
yeah.
$1 €1.
Jungle Boys in
Literally.
the house.
So we're here at Spannabis 2025. What are your thoughts on this year's event?
I'm very sad it's the last one here.
Why are we?
I know.
that it's not.
I
I'm
know
hoping
that
it's
you're
not.
not saying you weren't really asking that, but I'm having trouble reconciling. I was chatting with Lance earlier.
Yeah.
I just don't think. And look, I make my living not being a yes man. I don't think it's the right venue for it.
Yeah.
The infrastructure in the town is not ready for it.
Yeah.
The police are not sympathetic. There are really no clubs, and that's pretty much, Lance was explaining this to me, that they kind of smoke openly already. It's like the New York
Right.
of the cannabis world in Spain, where anywhere you can smoke tobacco, you can smoke whatever you want. Not pure, right? They're not into that.
No,
If
you
mix
don't
it
want
with,
to. You can't reek like weed.
You
in
can't
Spain.
reek a weed.
You can't go around smelling like weed. It's just not how it is here.
but I just think
That's our whole life.
that this
Yeah,
event
I
right
know.
now,
Dude, what the fuck?
You're killing our
I want to say is
Don't reek like weed.
70-30. 70% locals, 30% industry people that traveled from elsewhere. And I can see the 30% next year being looked at much harder than here.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. We're all on the same chat group for a WhatsApp. It was disturbing to hear that 2 Americans in a cab wound up paying a €600 fine, losing all their weed, and who knows what list they're on when they want to travel again to the EU, or if the cops just pocketed it and never wrote it up, which is the best thing that could happen.
Well, 10 years ago they would have got arrested. Literally, Dave. 10 years ago they would have
Yeah.
got arrested. So I think we've made leaps and bounds in some ways. I think this progress still needs to happen, right? We need more progress, but we're in a pretty good place. Although Spain, like literally, you could roll a joint up in a restaurant 10 years ago, and it's not cool anymore in Barcelona, right? So things go in waves. I think, we've really pushed hard over the last 10 years to get where we're at now. Then COVID happened, 6 years ago now, 5 years ago, and the landscape changed. Everybody started eating food from delivery services. You know what I mean? There's all these things that happen.
They have Little Caesars pizza here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me?
Did you go?
No, I
Okay,
saw
good.
people eating it.
Okay, good.
Total third
Okay.
ball,
Oh.
fourth ball.
While you're tapping out. So yeah, talking to a friend, Alejandro, who's worked for, Spannabis for 8 years, talking to him this morning before the doors opened, because I came on a press pass, obviously repping the brand, but also writing an article. And Bilbao does have a lot of potential because exactly that, like it's been one of the first cities where they do openly consume in a bar. That's something you don't get here. You have to go to a social club.
Right.
But it does lack the Mediterranean. It lacks the vibe and the energy of Barcelona. That's really, we've seen this. We've been coming here long enough. Really, Weed Week came to be thanks to Spannabis, and the city did embrace it. Not the mayor, but the social clubs and just the whole scene of networking. I mean, most of it, I get here by Monday. I think you get here at the beginning of the week too.
I was supposed to be here on Tuesday.
Oh, that's
long story.
That's
but-
sorry. Sore
okay.
subject.
You had to bring that up?
Sore
We
subject.
didn't want to talk about that on camera.
We're not going to.
No,
we
no,
shouldn't
wait.
do that.
Dave just
because
blows it every
makes
time.
him a little anxious.
There's
No,
a few
we'll cut it
people.
out.
10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
But it is. I mean, Bilbao. It's in the middle of the country at the northern end. So if anything, I guess more people coming down from France, maybe Belgium, maybe even the Netherlands.
Well, San Sebastian is right there. That's one of my favorite cities in the whole world.
Yeah, very true.
The food there is next level.
It is absolutely amazing compared to
but
Barcelona.
it's not Barcelona. It's a different vibe, right?
Yeah.
And so they've been doing it in Bilbao on and off for the last, 15 years, I think, like something like that. But
they've tried Madrid. They've done
exactly.
They've done Bilbao. So,
but this is my city, dude. I love Barcelona. I feel like I'm an honorary citizen here in some ways. With my friends too, especially. I have some good friends that I love that are from Barcelona, and it's a great place to be.
Yeah, you come back, and I know you and I are the same again. Like, you go catch up with Lorenzo at Terps Army, Stefan from La Crema Gracia, Screech from DOE. Like, all these guys are like family, and it's like you never skip it. And I guess, guys, that's how we operate, right? I don't see you for months, and then we catch up, and it's right where we picked up. Yeah. And that's how these guys are with us. Like, we're never like, oh, the Americans, or they open arms. What do you want? What do you need? I'm here for you. And just the camaraderie is something else.
Either you're the guy that likes good weed or the guy that likes bad weed. It's like, but you're the guy that likes weed, so that's important.
So that's an interesting thing on the weed topic here.
Yeah.
What is the fascination with Spain wanting to advertise Cali weed?
That's everywhere.
No, but that's everywhere in the world, right? So Cali is the epicenter.
Let me
I know
rephrase.
You're from Denver. I know
why
you're from Denver.
Do people
don't get it, but
why do people want mid-Cali weed?
No, they don't. They want good Cali weed, but they don't know the difference, right?
James
so they're buying stuff that's not even from California. It's from Canada. It's from Spain. It's from wherever, right? But if it's good, like if it's a gelato, they're probably going to call it Cali weed, right? And so
it is ridiculous that the nomenclature has accepted Cali weed as something to want.
But it's the new term for Humboldt. Back in the day, they wanted Humboldt, right? Yeah. So, it's not any different than that. And it's nothing personal with Colorado. Colorado grows great weed.
No.
So does Oregon.
Actually,
so does Oregon.
What you just said right there,
yeah,
I get it now.
Yeah.
I see. I still don't think it's... They should want... Yes, okay, because... They're really saying they want the best. Took Dave this long to figure out that people like Cali weed? By saying Cali,
Jesus Christ.
I think Cali is a race to this mythical THC number to sell. They almost want that to be how they price their weed. Like it's the
but
kicker.
you're talking about the state as a whole like that. You're not talking about the breeders and the growers and the connoisseurs that are in the state. They want.
No. I do never blame the breeder or the grower because they produce what the industry wants to buy.
Yeah.
You might have special. You like this terpene profile, but people don't want to buy it. You're not going to produce that much.
Yeah.
You're going to give them what they want because you understand business.
Yeah.
So I get it. I would never fault the breeder.
Best part is that when we get Dave back on,
the industry
he'll be on his fourth
consumer for buying into this
his eyes are going to be super slit.
Number.
But they do that with everything. That's why Nike is so popular. That's why all these brand names, like literally. I don't know about Nike being the best example. Nike makes a really good product, right? I'm wearing Nikes right now, right? But what I'm saying is, there's another one, right? And so, but it's like the hype behind these brands, right? Like they're all different brands, right? Cannabis is the same way. People fall into the hype. They see someone else has this online, and they're like, I want that too.
That's it.
Like James Loud, he smokes Skittles. I want Skittles too.
James Loud.
Even though I didn't breed Skittles, I love Skittles, right?
And they're not.
James Loud smokes Adam Dunn's genetics. That's so come by.
Yeah, that's not true. But it's the other way around.
And the one thing, and Dave, to call you out, they don't say, I want this THC, I want that level, that percentage. What they want is the loud. They want what is hot over in the States because they know just as much as they respect that Spain has some genetics, the Netherlands have some genetics, but Cali's brought all the latest flavors.
Well, and at the end of the day, what they want, what they're really going for is they want the Cali experience, right?
Yeah.
So they're looking for an experience, right? Our job is not to just make good genetics, it's to create an experience for people, right? And like just like Spannabis is an experience for us, you can have an amazing experience with rosin, an amazing experience with flower. You smoke a joint, it could be life-changing. That's what they're looking for. And when they see people excited about whatever they're smoking online, they get excited.
So, dude, we're about to celebrate 420, or I guess 1620, as they say around here. Whoa. So we're going to have to cut it short and head out the door.
Yeah, to get 420 in Europe, you got to wake up hella early. That's what time we go to bed. That's like...
Exactly.
Okay.
Good times, man.
Good stuff, guys.
Thank you so much. Sorry I can't be with you, Adam, but I'm sure the chat and yourself and Mark and Vinny have done their best to make ample fun of me.
Yes, we have. Oh, shit. You know it.
Sure. I'll see you next Friday.
Yes, we do.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, mic drop.
Yeah, that's
So should we text him and see what he's up to? Send him a text on the group text. Say we've seen the video. How drunk are you? Come back. Come back. What time is it? Oh yeah, because we got 20 minutes still till.
Okay, I messaged him.
All right.
You know, someone in the chat.
Yes.
Said that. Hold on, let me find it. Cali weed is known for kill, but also Cali is slang to Rastas for high grade as it means goddess.
Cali man.
So I mean,
yes.
Maybe there's something that's lost in translation too in some things.
Little bit. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it depends if they're spelling with a K and they're saying it's Cali weed, then yes, of course. But for the most part, I think it's the stigma. Oh, you know what I saw, which was really cool? You ever watched, do you know that YouTuber Tyler Oliveris? You ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, so he's one of these. He's another one of these YouTuber guys who walks around with a tiny little mic, right? Like that's the whole thing. All these guys, you have to have a little baby mic and look. And he's got balls though, dude. He went to like Epstein's Island and he fucking made it to the top. And he went to fucking Bohemian Grove. He does all these crazy things. And he goes to he went to Aurora when Aurora was going off. He went to the fucking Springfield when Springfield was going off. So he's like Johnny on the spot at the news spot.
At his thing right now.
And he went to Murder Mountain. He did a Murder Mountain. And it was pretty good because you could see like, everyone's like, don't go up there. And he's like, I'm going up there. And he goes straight up, it's like he don't give a fuck. And
wow.
It's funny because he started off like Nick showed me him back in the day, and he just keeps getting, but he is getting like more and more. He's like kind of like that Andrew guy, but the Andrew guy got kind of like. You see that dude drove the car and almost hit the other dude's car? Exactly. He's like, is that your car? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, what's up with that guy? They went up to Aldertown, right? Is it Aldertown? I think what's it called? Something like that. Alder something. Yeah, it's like, and it used to, it was interesting to see because you could, I mean, we could feel it from a reality point of view because I was like, everybody they interviewed was like, hey, tell us a little bit, because they went to Willits, right? It was a classic. So if you know Willits, it's pretty much where Shiloh and all those guys are all Willits crew, right? So. What's going on over here?
Bad reception over here.
Fucking Vinny switching Rooney over here. Yeah. So they went to Willits, and everybody they talked to was like, he's like, tell us about how it used to be. And it was like, they show these little videos of like everybody doing festies and parties, and everyone has pockets full of cash, and everybody is scraping fucking nickels together now and broke, and it ain't like, it just showed you how all they had to do was legalize weed. That's it. And it just, like, you want to take the money out of weed, legalize that shit, and show how all the people that used to live off of their $200,000 a year crop out of their backyard, or, everybody, at least, that was like a normal house. Like, no, you got your 99 plants, you make a couple $100,000, boom, 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 everybody's happy. Things all went back into the town, and now they had like nothing. Towns were just fucking boarded up and looked like shit, and we were just like, what's all that fart noises going on? Is that Dave's back on?
It's a red hot ball going through some aloe.
But you're not showing it on the show. You're just doing the sound effects.
Yeah.
Nice. I thought Dave was back.
Oops. No, Dave's not back.
I thought he was drunk. That was Dave. That was Dave drunk. I tell you.
Sorry, I've had this.
But anyway,
I'm not even paying attention over here.
Check that. Check that little special. It's pretty good. It was a good one. That was my last night watch where I was like, damn. It really showed you how the market just tanked once it went legal. When one of the guys that was there said, he's like, man, they don't want to give you more than $25 a pound. I'm like, God damn, that is bad. 25. I mean, 200 was bad, but 25, that's like insulting at the least. What do? Why would you couldn't even put any energy towards any of that. Wow. That would have to like grow wild, and you'd have to like harvest it at that price.
You guys are going to have to figure out how to grow weed on Mars, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know if that's going to, because you have a corner of the market, because you're the only guy on the planet.
Start now, bro.
I'm the only fucker on this planet
who could grow weed on Mars, bro.
I don't know. Like that might not be
Do it. Do it.
Dude, I already did the moon,
Weed
bro.
X,
I did the moon. I did the moon. That was the video that I showed to Uncut. Was when, so there was a time when they first discovered water on the moon, and I was like, oh shit, let's make a video. So we were doing, and we did the Dark Star video where we launched to the moon to plant the first.
Oh, it's Dave.
The Bobbles, he's back. The Bobbles, he's back. Oh, we're hearing myself. What's going on?
I don't know. Welcome back, Dave.
Welcome back. You're not as drunk as I thought you'd be.
Yeah, we thought you'd be a little more inebriated.
I was waiting to see the smiley Dave all. He's not listening to us either.
I know. I don't think you can figure out sound.
He's not responding.
He's not responding.
He's not answering anything.
Pocket cold.
Oh, he's turned his phone the wrong way. This is a bad sign. This
Dave,
is
could you
a
turn
sign
your
of help.
phone-
Help.
Could you turn your phone sideways?
He must be getting kidnapped or something because he would never do this on purpose, right? This is a. Are you okay, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Back to
there you
normal.
go, There you go. There you go. Good job, Dave. Way to go. All right, Dave.
Wow.
Oh,
And he's gone.
Oh, and we lost him.
He's like, yep, we're still on the air.
What is that, man?
Okay. Well, we will.
We were doing much
eagerly-
better without him anyway, so fucking what's the point, right? We were doing great. We had
know.
a show and things going
We were
on.
talking and stuff.
We were talking. We were doing stuff. Ooh. Me. That's bad. I see those guys in my neighborhood, man. They got the head like a pumpkin.
That's good shit.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa, vocal fry. What's going on, buddy?
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't like to tell a lot of people this, but I actually sold my soul to the devil to play guitar. Has anybody done that? So stupid. Yeah, I was like at the whole crossroads or whatever, and at first, I show up there and he's there, and it was kind of awkward, and I was like, so what happens? I just sign my name in blood and then I can play the guitar? And he's like, yeah. And so I, signed my name in blood, and then after that I was like, well, I don't feel like I can play the guitar right now. And he goes, well, what I was thinking is like, every Monday we could get you started on some chords and some theory, and then we'll move into like I could teach you like a Leonard Skinner song. And I was like, wait a second, I thought the whole idea is that I sell my soul and then I can jam on the guitar. And he was like, well, no, you got to practice. And
Yeah.
Boo. Was that Hicks? What was that? Huh? Is that Hicks?
But I
I forget his. Hold on.
to the devil.
It's Ralph Macchio.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
No.
dude.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bro. He's the best
It's
around.
It's Vi.
Huh?
No, it's Henry Stiction.
Oh, yeah,
Stiction.
Steve Vai. Because he was in that movie, too.
Stiction? He sounded like the other guy, though, didn't he? Anyway. No, it's not Ralph Macchio.
Yeah,
There
dude.
are no.
He's the best
wizards
around.
here.
It's funny because he used to come over to our house back in the day when I was a kid. So I was like, that was my big claim to fame because I went back to the East Coast. I was all, Ralph Macchio used to come over, hang out at the house. They'd be like, you're a liar. I'm like, no, I'm telling you. It's just.
Got room for one more.
But
if
he
you
was,
still
it
wanna
was
go
right
down.
before he did Karate Kid. I was like, he hadn't done it yet. Then he did it, and then I was like, oh, that's the kid that used
That's
to come
the
over.
kid.
And I was like, yeah, right. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Plus, I looked just like him at the time, too. So I was like a
that's
little
funny.
clone. I was like a little Ralph Macchio clone. At one
Nice, dude.
We can go over.
It's that's cool.
That's cool. That's cool, bro. Hey. That's it. We're done. Show's over.
No, I was reading something in the chat.
Uh-oh.
That
Chat.
looked weird.
There we go. This is a chat-driven show. The chat is supposed to be doing everything. I thought since Tony Baloney put the the guest on, I figured the whole chat would come together,
Yeah.
and create multiple shows for us while we're doing the show. But no, Nothing?
I don't understand what they're talking about.
What do you?
here.
Yeah, you're looking
Someone
really
says,
confused.
From what I understand, favorable smoking hemp is sprayed with THCA to create smoke that tests negative for THC but gives you similar effects, but I might be off.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's happening all over the fucking country, but it's just about because the whole thing is if for THC. I mean, right now, if you're spraying it on and you know that is all straight THCA, disty bullshit, then it's going to test clean as far as what they're looking for, you know. And you have hemp, which has nothing, so you're not adding to it. Because that's the whole point is you go hot. So basically you take some hemp, spray it with some disty. They've been doing that for years, dude. Years. With paint sprayers.
I tried to walk into
It's
Target.
like, just load the paint spray. I had a friend of mine who was doing that 4 years ago. I was like, dude, that is horrible. He goes, oh, yeah, they love it. And I'm just like, God.
They love it.
I was like, this is the worst thing ever. No, not the worst thing. It was the second worst thing. Worst thing was when it was one of the reasons I left Holland was because of the fact that people were spraying weed, but they weren't spraying weed with anything like they were spraying with nasty shit, like just anything. It was for weight. It wasn't for effect, and it wasn't for flavors or anything. It was just straight weight, and people were getting crazy. Like you could just see how far removed people were from whoever they were selling their shit from. Like if there was people who were, you know, just trying to get a little extra weight, but not try to fucking kill their customers, you know what I mean?
Right.
They had this company called Brix out of England, right? And so Brix is like a Brix meter where you got your sugar content in your plant. So this company was called Brix, and literally it was just stuff to put on weed. And they would sell it for like a lot. Like it was like $1,000, but you could make, but the weight of it was what it was. So it wouldn't disappear. So it was like if you had, and we get like 5 pounds. So you have like 5 pounds of bricks for $1,000. You take that 5 pounds, which is like 2 kilos, two something kilos, spread that over your fresh weed, and then it dries up and you don't see it, but that doesn't dry up. You know what I mean? That stays the same weight. So the weed will dry up, but your extra 2 kilos that you just threw on your 10 kilos now is in there. So, and that stuff was like bad because it was just unnecessary, but it wasn't dangerous because people actually kind of like designed it to be able to fuck with people in a sense. It was like, but then these other people were like, well, fuck, I could just take anything. Why would I pay $1,000 for something to put on my weed when I could just go down to the hardware store and look for shiny shit that looks good? You know what I mean? So they were like sprinkling. The worst one I heard was they would take old T5s or old T12 bulbs, break off the end, and pour the mercury from the inside of the bulbs onto the weed because of the anatomic weight of mercury is super high. So it only took a little bit to weigh a lot, you know, and it was shiny. And then so people were starting to bleed. They would like smoke a joint and all of a sudden start coughing up blood. And you're like, okay, well, that's not a good sign when people are coughing up blood. And it was all in England. And it was, the crazy part was, yeah, so I was like, oh, this is, and I told this story already before, but I used to test all, like, because I was like, you know, people would come in, oh, I got some weed. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, really? Let me see it. And I'd pull out I get like some hot water, and I put 2 cups in front of me with hot water, and I'd pull out some of my weed, and I'd put my weed into a cup, and I'd be like, let me see your weed. Let me put it in the cup. And put it in the cup. And then they'd be like, well, what are you doing? And I'm just, I just want to check it out. And we wait, and my weed would sort of get kind of hydrated, you know, and that'd be about it. And then if their weed, you'd be looking at it, and it'd be like shit particles be falling off of it, right? And then, or there'd be like a oil slick at the top, you know? I'd be like, why is there oil slick on yours? Like, what is going on here? You know what I mean? Or why is there a residue at the bottom, like a little white nuggets or a little... So it was like you had to do that with any kind of like wholesale weed because people were just getting crazy. And yeah, the light bulb thing was the worst. But then people were doing... like it was like the Moroccan guys were doing they were doing dehydrated peas because in their brains it was like green powder they needed, which I was like, that is not a good look. So you got this, like, we would call it Incredible Hulk weed. We were like, you pull it out, you'd be like, what the fuck is that, dude? It was like, and you'd be like, and you'd drop a bud on the table and all this shit would kind of come off of it. And you'd be like, nothing should be coming off the weed. Like, you know, unless it's rolled in keef, and then it wouldn't be that. And this is not rolled in keef. This is rolled in dehydrated peas that have been shredded up in a fucking blender. And like, so it was just like dumb stuff, you know what I mean? And people, back in the day, it was 7-Up, right? People were spraying fucking, and that just turns into black. You could see it. It would be like, as you burned it, it'd be like black smoke coming off of it. And it's sugar. You can't smoke sugar. Sorry, you know. So people have been doing this since the dawn of time, right? Like 7-Up and the Egyptians. No, but like Jamaican weed, people would do that with all the time. They would take out the thing, lay it out on the ground, spray it with some fucking soda or some bullshit and get it all sticky, and you'd be like, dude. So
that scared someone off.
To me, all the adulterants that anybody puts in weed is always a bad idea. Like, the only thing you should be putting, I mean, is more weed.
Oh, there
like,
he is.
Like, if you put hash on weed, I get it. Hey.
Hello now. Oh, no.
And he's gone. Fuck, we're losing. Hey, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
And he's gone.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
What up? Hey,
how's everyone
doing? How's it going?
You can turn your phone sideways if you want to go for the full effect, full screen effect.
Or I can work around it either way.
Well, let's see. There you go.
There you go.
Now we can get we get the full car effect. The studio. TikTok studio. Mason Cutter, straight from the TikTok studios. How you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
We're good. We just we were checking in with our co-host who's out in Spain at the Spannabis for the beginning of the show. But he's in a bar and he's drinking, so that's the end of that. You know, forget about it. I was like, well, let's get to our real guest. So, well, welcome to the show. I don't know if you're familiar with us at all, but
I mean, I'm a little bit familiar. Yeah.
Cool. So you know that we're off the rails out of the gate usually. So I figured we'll be good. So yeah, definitely not your traditional interview show. We usually get one question in and then it's, you know, who knows what happens. But
and then Adam talks over.
And you were brought to our attention by one of our oldest chat gang members, Tony Baloney, who's like just saw your thing and was like, dude, this guy would make a good guest on our show. So that's we're banking on it now. We're like, all right, this is going to be a good one. So where are you coming in from?
So I'm like in the St. Louis, Missouri area, but like on Illinois side, but like near that city.
Gotcha.
Yeah, deep in the Midwest.
And I saw on the thing that you're second generation grower Midwest. So I'm assuming you're in the same area the whole time, or?
Yeah, pretty much I grew up in a weed grow. Like my dad was always growing weed, like ever since I can remember. Like I remember like around 93 to 95 is when he got his first like indoor grow. Nice. I remember going down to Worms Way, which is a grow in a hydro store that's shut down in St. Louis, and being a little kid and helping them pick that shit up with them and get a grow light. And I remember him like actually parking a few blocks down and we walking in and him explaining why we had to walk in instead of parking out front because he was so paranoid over his license plate.
How old were you then? How old were you then?
I was like 5. I was barely going to school.
That's funny. Yeah, so that is super early memories, obviously.
Yeah.
And Worms Way was like there was like at one point that was pretty much the East Coast only real, and you know they were like the first ones with catalogs and you could actually order from them, and it was like, still sketchy as fuck, of course, because you're like, I'm not going to order from the grow guy. Are you crazy? But yeah, that's actually where I got my first light from via a friend who we did the classic where it was like ordered it to his brother's house, you know what I mean, and got our first 400 watt light that way. So 93 was so that puts you at like. I'm just kind of gauging here because 93 is actually when I started my first seed company in Amsterdam and started kind of doing the whole weed thing. And so it's funny because your dad was probably, I'm imagining, reading High Times at the time, right? So
yeah, probably, definitely.
so that was like so it's funny too because it's like I met people, similar situations where like I was standing in line one time and this kid, we just started talking and he was like, yeah, I'm headed to Florida. I got to go help my dad break down a grow, because I had told him I lived in Amsterdam, and he got all excited, like, oh, I live in Amsterdam. And then I told him, oh, well, I made the bubble gum back in the day. And he's like, dude, that's what my dad grows. And so it's the first time I ever got aged, like, in a way where I was like, so now I'm talking to people about their dad growing my weed. Like, okay, now it's like it's even gone further. Now it's like grandfather.
Yeah, right.
My grandfather used to grow your weed. Do you remember what he was growing back in the day? Any like particulars?
Well, he wasn't 100%, but like when I bust out anything that's Northern Lighty, he always points out that that's very similar.
Did he order seeds from Europe, or did he?
Him and his friend Vaughn one of them went. Like I had a group of friends that were growing, and one of them went to Amsterdam and got the seeds and brought it back.
Oh, nice. That would be interesting to cross-reference and see what he brought back, and because if it's in that same time frame, it's also like, it was a much smaller world, and so it was pretty much like maybe 4 or 5 distributors in Amsterdam, and that was about it as far as people really producing seeds themselves. Most of the other people were selling other people's stuff, right? So and then and so you helped Dad, I guess. I'm assuming if you're helping him at 5 go to the shop, then I'm assuming later when you're old enough to hold a pair of scissors, you were pretty much in there, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I didn't like start smoking or nothing until I was like 19 somehow. Like my family is pretty good about that. But
yeah, it wasn't like you were gonna rebel by smoking weed, right? So you're like, you gotta do. I'm not even gonna smoke weed. You're like, fuck this kid. How do I even know you?
It was almost like that. It was like I was a little punk rock kid. So I was like, as a teenager, I was like, I ain't gonna smoke weed. Da, da, da.
Straight edge a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Then I went to go be a wrestler at like 18, and then when I was moved away from home, that's when I fell into weed myself. And then moved back a year later, and then me and my dad started growing weed together. It's kind of how we broke into it together.
And is this, so you're saying the exact time when you were starting your wrestling career is about the time you started smoking weed, pretty much, or?
Yeah, pretty much. And then
it's a good combination, I guess, because of recovery and stuff. It's like, you couldn't
definitely
pick a better thing to at least, better than taking a bunch of fucking pharmaceuticals the whole time, because that I'm sure fucks a lot of. It's like The Wrestler, the movie or whatever. Like you're just like, pretty much. I could see that being pretty much the standard, right? Everybody's just trying to numb the shit because.
Definitely, like back then in the early 2000s, like it was a pill world in the wrestling world. I was like this little organic guy trying to tell people. I was like pushing edibles on people because that's where it really would connect with the pill, like people taking opiates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to get knocked over the head. They don't want to just like
for real
work at it too hard. Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, and that's a smart move for sure because now you took a big risk by doing it. You hedged your bets pretty much at that point because. For the most part, if you went into, if you were the weed guy, you're always the outsider. It's always been like that, even since everyone growing up, it was always like that. But what's funny is it kind of shifted back, right? So now everybody's kind of like looking back to the guy who was the biggest stoner in high school is probably doing better, or at least maybe not now because the fucking weed game kind of dropped out. But there was a moment in time where everyone was like, that guy fucking picked the right fucking horse, you know what I mean? Whereas everybody who, didn't think that and was, looking at, especially when you go back health wise, it's like, for sure the best choice, it could have been a lot
definitely.
worse. So, and so, how'd you get into wrestling? How'd that start?
It's me and my brother both were like super big fans of it when we were like little kids, all the way up to through teenage years. And then like we told each other that we're gonna go to this wrestling school when we got out of high school. We literally took off to Atlanta, Georgia, like when I was like 18 and he was 19, and we went and got trained by Mr. Hughes, which is from WWE fame, and and that was like in 2005. We went down there in 2005 and started that, and we wrestled all over this country. Been to Mexico like 8 times. Just been living it.
Wow. And what's your So did you worked as a team, or you work kind of as a independent? You just kind of go as a solo guy mostly, or do you have any kind of crew that you work with?
We usually do a team. I've done a little bit of solo stuff, but usually it's me and my brother as a team.
Gotcha. And what's his name? What's his ring name?
Devin Cutter, or he goes by Murder Itchy, because he's also doing this like paint artwork stuff and all this.
I saw that, and I was looking through some of your stuff. I saw that was actually really cool. That was a mixing street art with because I was already looking at like, all right, I guess we're on a lot of similar tips here, because that's always been our thing too. So we do a lot of in Europe I was doing hemp clothing, and a lot of the artists that we worked with out there turned into international artists, and then so when I moved back to America, we would host them, and it was actually kind of funny because there was a lot of other galleries that were hosting our friends, so it was like, oh, this is even better. They host our friends get to get a flight into town, and then they hang out with us the whole time, you know what I mean? So it was like an extra bonus.
Yeah, man.
Didn't even have to pay for it, but that's always a good one. And so you said you went to Mexico. Where else did you go internationally for I mean, because what was the league? What was the division, and what kind of how do you get to professional level and all that kind of stuff? Because I'm a little ignorant on some of it.
It's just like me and my brother were popular independent wrestlers, so like we would just get picked up by random promotions, like 2 or 3 different ones a weekend. So like kind of like how music is independent, like a independent punk band or something is traveling through the bars scenes.
Yep.
It's going to be the same thing. They're going to find those like independent wrestling scenes and then go to those. And we were just hitting all the top ones around the country for a good chunk of time until we had a family. We both had kids around the same time, and then we both slowed down and started like he went into painting and I went into continuing my craft into cannabis. Like been making genetics. I also work for Vibe Cannabis in St. Louis.
Okay, yeah, let's cross over to. So I mean, we talked about your dad, and obviously you were growing with him, and like you said at the beginning. But then did you kind of do the classic where it's like, now I'm gonna go do my own grow for once? So I guess it's always like that when you're partnered up with people. It's always sometimes it works, and sometimes it's like you realize that you could have done the same amount of work and made a lot more money if you were just like not having to fucking do it again. And you know how it is. It's like always like there's one person who ends up doing most of the work anyway, because that's how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I got the place, and you're like, yeah, but I did all the fucking. Like I was doing that at 4 a.m, making sure the shit's working, and fixing those.
Exactly. It kind of fell into that because he's obviously the older guy, so I started obviously doing all the work, and that's when I decided, you know what I mean? I broke it. I started just doing my own thing, and I so like. It started. I always did live in like soil. Then I was like a sub cool guy a few years ago, and that was like something I broke into where I was like learning how to grow bigger, like better cannabis with fucking soil based product, and eventually that would lead me to the living soil beds by watching. Like through Sub Cool, I saw the Mendo Dope Boys, and I was like, that shit is insane. So I started trying to do that shit outside. Then I saw that they had a friend doing it inside, and I just kept snowballing deeper and deeper until I fell into Build a Soil. Nice. Well, there you go. That is one of our main sponsors. So it fits perfectly. And actually, when I was looking through your stuff, I was like, oh, okay. I already knew. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great because we have so much crossover happening here. And then, I mean. So, like, what's the situation where you're at as far as legal growing and all that? Are you on the medical side, or are you doing stuff for? It's all medical right now.
I mean, for me, same here in Colorado too. It's like, that's the one thing I feel like we need to protect the most, because you obviously see it on a daily, because if you're like, if you're going to be doing wrestling and like you're saying, edibles and stuff it's strictly medicine at that point. You know what I mean? It's not it's hard. I mean, there's recreation, and the recreational side is probably the growing side and the testing side and all that kind of things, but I'm sure on a daily you just have your requirements, which is important, and it's also kind of like how I think where all the quality disappeared to, because now everybody's not thinking about the medicinal side. They're just looking at numbers, and people are just trying to get $500 pounds out the door. And it's just like, God, it's so annoying, because
No, exactly.
for me, it's the quality is the most important part,
Definitely. And it's hard to get in anyone's head over that they will sacrifice quality for like trying to max out the weight every time. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense in a commercial situation. You gotta kind of like there's realities, and that's what sucks because you'll go in and you'll be like, we talk about it all the time in the show as far as THC content and all these like misnomers as far as like, oh, this is quality, and you're like, no, that doesn't mean quality to me. That just means it's hitting the numbers that makes your people happy that invested millions of dollars into this thing, because for some reason they associate all those. This equals quality, this doesn't, and quality to them is yield plus numbers hitting the right numbers in the lab and sales on the shelf, and that's really it. There's no other like meanings behind it. You know what I mean? Whereas with us, I think with the medicinal side, it was always helping people out. You know what I mean? So it was like, does this work? This works. Cool. We're gonna grow this. I don't care if it's 8% THC as long as it fucking does what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
Because it's probably got a whole bunch of other shit in there too, where you're like, oh, well, no wonder it's really working, because it's, it's actually 1-to-1. It's 8 and 9. You know what I mean? Which isn't that huge number wise, but it does everything it needs to do. So.
Exactly.
So what do you?
It's kind of like, I'm sorry. It's kind of like the rosin color right now too. That's like a weird thing where people frown on it. But it's like the rosin color is like the new high THC number.
Right, and then it's easily adjusted depending on your, and then you have to know that side of it all. And if you don't know that side of it all, you're easily fooled. And everybody's buying a bunch of Bammer shit that looks the color they like. Whereas that's one of the pet peeves I have too, because when I'm making hash, like I don't mind. I like color. You know what I mean? If I see, like when I see colors like this, it means that's hash. That's like good amber. Amber is what you were looking for to begin with. And so by picking it early to have clear glands to make your hash lighter, just means you're sort of shorting yourself on the medicine, the medicinal side of it all. Because
longevity.
Yeah, and just real potency, I think, because potency hasn't really been it's almost like people don't want it to be too strong because they want to smoke more, which is kind of weird because it used to be the opposite. It was kind of like, I just want to get as high as possible. So hopefully, like if you buy an ounce and it lasts a week because it's strong compared to 2 days, because you're somehow like just keep chasing, like it's like smoking, light cigarettes compared to regulars where but you're smoking twice as many. Like why would you, if you're doing it for an effect, you should try to go for the highest quality. I
agree.
It's also like food too. Like if you eat really good whole foods, you don't get hungry an hour later. Whereas if you eat a bunch of bullshit processed crap, then you're already through that and back to hungry, and you didn't get any nutrition out of the first part. It's not nutrient dense.
Straight up.
What's up?
I ate something off the grid.
Here we go. Vinny talk.
Oh man, I ate off the grid. I was gonna go to sleep. I wanted to wake up the next day. I'll give a box of it to your kid. See how he feels.
Oh, don't even go there.
I ate a box of Kraft mac and cheese. And I was like, fucking
do it.
I went so lethargic. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, no, that's not a good thing. Vinny makes. So we actually are. So this would be something down your alley, I'm sure. So our studio is at my friend's spot, which is So High Cafe, which is a barbecue spot here in Denver. So we cover lots of bases. We've had studios at spots before, but no food, and all our friends ended up going to get food whenever they'd come over to our spot. So we're like, hey, if we have food at the spot, maybe then they can't go anywhere, and we can.
They gotta stay.
Get them here. But
trick them to stay, lock them in.
So with so as far as professional goes, like you're getting paid. Are you earning a living off of wrestling now? As far as like on its own, or you have to kind of subsidize it, or how's that been? Because
I do like I live off it and through the cannabis industry.
Obviously, I mean that's your obvious side hustle. But I'm just wondering because I mean it's. So you were doing that whole backyard thing, I'm sure, back in the day with your brother and going like with all those kind of wacky, because that's the ones I used to always watch and go like, God damn this! Now people are gonna get hurt because they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to get one up each other all the time.
Yeah, me and my brother were pretty crazy. honestly, I'm shocked. Looking back at it, I'm like, why'd my parents let us do that shit? Like, we'd be out in the yard breaking shit. We, like, breaking car windows, breaking like, terrible. I don't know. Using a trampoline to launch off onto the ground.
Right. No, I've watched some of those things and just been like, okay, and now it's a chain. Now they're wrapping each other in fucking barbed wire, and you're like,
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me right now? Did you guys ever do that kind of crazy stuff? Because that's always like,
Yeah.
really.
I've done a little bit of death matches, but I'm not like big on them. But like, if the money was right, I've went and done some crazy shit. I've done death matches in Mexico, and that was pretty wild. Because
the money's right for that.
The money was right. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Mark forgot his luchador mask. He was like, fuck, I forgot to bring my mask.
Mexico's was amazing because they love pro wrestling down there. Because like some fans up here kind of rude to you naturally, just because like I don't know why they just be rude to wrestlers. Like they'll come to pay for the show, but still be rude to you. But down there they like love you and treat you like you're like a Hollywood star or something. It's pretty freaking wild.
That's funny. What year was that you guys were down there?
The last time was probably about 4 years ago.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We're in talks of going back again here soon.
Nice, dude.
That's funny. And so with the no-till growing, as far as like, do you have particular? I mean, obviously it's evolution, right? So it's like it's never changing. But do you have any certain kind of product lines you work with, like from Build a Soil, like J Plant Speaker or any of that kind of stuff? You ever use any of his stuff or the ferments from Miles?
I'll use plant ferments from Miles.
Nice.
I use the craft blend just for my average basic top dressings.
That Q from Jay sounds really good. Like that Corilla. I don't even know how to pronounce it now, but he's got some sort of a new extract. He calls it. It's like Corilla or something like that.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
And that one, I got a sample of it once, and fuck, that shit was amazing. And then I just saw somebody posting about it for cloning stuff, and it's just like it seems to be like, yeah, it's. I love all the ferments. The ferments are you can just really tell the plants are so fucking happy after you fucking hit them up. Shout out to Miles, of course.
Yeah, like that's something that is really cool because you can see it happening overnight. I feel like.
Big time. Yeah, no, there's a huge improvement. Like everything just gets thicker and happier, and you're just like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Why? But like everything, you got to be careful. Don't think it's gonna. Don't give them too much. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they get lazy. But yeah, that's like one of those little. Almost feels like a cheat when you're using it because you're just like, God, this shit is just. They're like that is the fast food for plants. You know what I mean? Where they just like.
Yeah.
They take that in so quick, and. Yeah, they appreciate it. What I mean, it's probably not. That's the one thing out here in Colorado. It's very far and few between organic, like in shops. There's not. I mean, personal growers. Obviously, there's still hopefully enough out there. But when it comes to like commercial, is there anybody out there in Missouri that's doing anything?
No, everything in the commercial level still pretty just like your cocoa and hydro.
Athena, hydro, bullshit. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I've worked in like 4 different grows, 3 in Illinois, 1 in Missouri. Missouri seems like they got their shit a little bit better, but I've seen some wild shit, man. I've seen some wild shit in this 3-tier thing, and it blew my mind how bad they were cranking stuff out. Then they were using a giant microwave.
Rad source, yeah.
They're like get rid of the powder mildew and all that stuff, and then just selling it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that the problem is that most of the commercial facilities get locked in on this whole like program of like they have to do that because they don't want to them a fail is like a death nail, you know what I mean? Because it's public, and then they end up getting all their shit recalled, and it's like they're so nervous about that kind of shit because they're pumping out, especially because they know that their shit's probably not clean. That's the key to the whole thing. So if you can grow clean cannabis, you don't have to think about that. But so many places aren't, and they're just pumping it out, and it's like it's become, unfortunately, the way that they've also done it here is they've squeezed the numbers so ridiculous to like parts. We've been joking about it for years, but it's not part per millionths in cannabis; it's parts per billionths, and that's too extreme. You know what I mean? Because we're talking about, especially when you grow organically, now we're in fucked because like certain products like kelp products and things like that can just throw your numbers, especially the heavy metals, and it's tough because as a consumer for a long time, I'm like, dude, we probably smoked so much mold and bullshit over the years that and none of us ever had any kind of extreme issues, and we never seen anything. But all of a sudden now, because everybody's so hyper focused on it, and there's so many people that are almost expecting like miracles. Like you're like, so you want us to grow high quality cannabis organically, but somehow pass it through this incredibly tight fucking little tiny hole of like, this is what it has to pass through. And we're talking like, or take some bullshit salts, which don't have any, like will come out clean on paper, but don't have any like medicinal effect hardly. Half of it's gone. You know what I mean? Like where it's just kind of like, it's muted at best, you know what I mean? And then,
exactly.
And then it might look good and it might make some people happy because they don't even know, but they're not really getting high. They're just getting like excited about the name and the color and the thing, you know, whatever it might be, but they're not ever taking the effect because they never had good to begin with, you know what I mean? And now, and like a lot of weed hasn't, it's kind of like lost. It's very far and few between. Like you find something like, holy shit, like, that works. Like that's so weird, you know what I mean? Even as a grower sometimes too, where you're just like, it doesn't mean like every single thing you grow is going to work perfect, you know what I mean? There's times
100%.
where you're like, so let's go into your breeding stuff, because it's like your selective breeding. Did you have like what was your first thing you ever bred, like for instance? Let's just go there.
Okay, the first thing I ever bred with, so it'd probably be like when I was first started ordering seeds back in the day. So Peak Seed BC, like when I was ordering from Canada, it was a very small seed company, and they did like Northern Lights and Purple Kush and Sweet Skunk and something else that I can't remember. But yeah, I bred Northern Light, Skunk to Purple Kush, just playing around. That would have been my first one.
Okay, that's good. That's actually good in the starting department because of the fact that you got some contrast going on first off, because that's the hardest part. Like people go like they get two things that are really close. They're not really, it's not hardly breeding, because at that point you're just kind of replicating a lot of similarities and bottlenecking probably a lot of shit right out of the gate too without realizing it. Whereas if you got like, and I always tell everybody what I would do and what is smart to do is to do a purple strain and a green strain to figure out your Punnett square magically just appear in front of your eyes, because you're like, hey, look, I got 100 plants and 20 did this, 30 did that. You know, it becomes very clear in your mind, because you know that purple came from the purple and you know the green came from the green. And so that helps visually, right? And then when it comes to effect, that's very much based on you and like your experience, and you know, sometimes you just fucking nail it, and other times you get stuff that like doesn't do it. Like we were just saying, you know, it's like sometimes just well, that didn't work, but so and from those ones, did you just take those in one direction, or did you kind of back cross and kind of create lines out of them, or what was your goal? Did you have a goal in mind?
Back then I didn't really have goals. I was just like creating stuff I didn't understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? That was like me starting to grow and me just playing around with breeding.
Now, was it a mistake or was it a purpose breed? Like, did you?
Oh no, it was purpose. I separated the male and brought it up to a closet and did it on purpose.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, many people it's not. Many people it's like, oh shit, I guess I'm making seeds now. You know what I mean? Like,
like I really don't pop seeds unless I like bought them or I fucking create them myself. I usually don't pop bag like the random bag seed, because the one time I did it, that's the only time not the only time I got a herb monster, but like I got something that was just always throwing bananas. You know, I was always herming like a crazy, and I was like, well, I'm never messing with that again. But it is just a chance. Now that I've gotten older and started messing with breeding more, I realized that was just odd.
Oh yeah,
rolling the dice.
And that's the funny part about that is that you end up with by rolling the dice every time you it gives you the chance to find the fucking next big thing, right? And that's what people get scared.
Right.
So like as a breeder, I've always had a hard time with people not like seeing them just fucking be scared about, for some reason they're scared to start, where it's like anything. When you do it, then you know exactly what to do from that point on, because it kind of tells you what to do, right? Like, yeah, I guess I got to water it. Or I guess I got to transplant it. I guess I got to, like, those things just become apparent. But it's that initial putting it into the ground or putting it into some rock wool or to some start blocks or whatever it takes to get you to, or some paper towels or whatever your technique is, like that moment is even hard for me sometimes, where it's just like, I know, like, oh, this is the time I should be doing it. And then something comes up and you're like, you missed a little window and you're like, and if I open up my fridges where I keep all my seeds, I just, sometimes I get like, I get overwhelmed, because I know there's 500 years of fucking work in those fridges. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I couldn't do this unless I had some way to grow 50,000 plants at once. You know what I mean? I can't even imagine doing these things because there's so much there's so much overwhelming thing. So, and then when you did the first couple crosses, let's say, and you, like you said, you weren't really goal minded, but you were seeing some positives, I'm assuming, if you kept going.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like popping them and just seeing what I was getting. But that was like giving me, like what you were saying earlier, I was seeing like I was seeing this parent and this, and I was seeing that pheno, or like this parent and this pheno, and I was learning right in those time periods right then and there.
Yeah.
Then I just played around, did some back crosses over time. Didn't really use them or nothing, but like just played around and realized how to do it. And then the project I'm working on right now is like, I was trying to get, I got a hold of, I pheno hunted a bunch of Dunn megas because I was trying to get some like GMO banana stuff going.
It's funny, I have that growing right now, actually, the Dunn mega.
I like it, but I like a lot of the Chem D terps, but would mix with something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I like Chem D on its own too. But like, I got a hold of honey banana, and that's where that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to weasel that down into like way more, because honey banana is kind of light on the high. It don't get you that stoned, but it produces really good resin, produces a lot of hash.
It's like the purple punch. It's like a purple punch vibe or something, where you're like, everyone's
definitely.
like everybody's growing it because it fucking looks amazing, but it's like, Oh, the white was one back in the day, right? That was the looker, but it just didn't really have the oomph, you know? Like, it's weird. Like,
definitely.
I grew it actually recently, and I had the same thing where it was like, gave it one more chance. Someone gave it to me as a cut, and I was just like, I'll give it a chance, right? Grew it, and it smelled good, and it fucking, we smoked a joint, and the first hit tasted good, and it went around, and by the time it came back, it tasted like cardboard. And I was like, God damn it, it's still the same, and nothing's changed. It's fucking exactly the same as I remember it back in the day, where I was like, disappointing at best, you know?
Yeah. But there's just good qualities about honey banana that I'm trying to pull out. You know what I'm saying? Just for the resins, pretty much. It has real good terps. It just ain't got a great high. I like the structure, actually, like where some people like real hard nugs. I like looser nugs sometimes. You know, I like when you break it up, it ain't gonna like destroy the tricone heads, and I feel like you get more flavor that way.
More surface area, so there's more places for trikes to grow compared to a round ball. Like a round ball compared to like a nooks and crannies and all this shit to kind of deal with. And it's funny because when PGRs became really like everybody just pounding them into plants, and like, you know, now it's harder to even get them because people kind of became wise to the fact that it was poison. You know what I mean? It's like, so you're giving the plant, I mean, you're making them hard as a rock. Like all the Vietnamese grown weed back in the day was like that. It was like, we were calling them nuclear nuggets, or a friend of mine was calling them nuclear nuggets, because it's just like so hard you couldn't believe it. And they always had like kind of like the same look to them. You could tell they weren't bright and happy. They were like this kind of muted vibe. But
yeah,
and then people became so accustomed to that they thought that was what good weed was, and you're like, no, that is not. That's the opposite of good weed. Like good weed should have a little bit of a open flower that you can actually, get into it a little bit. Like
I agree. But I felt that just by off flavor though, and like breaking up the flower and how it would like.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's like when you're rolling a joint, if it breaks it right up into like the perfect little balls, like already like ready to go into the joint, and like the difference between that and sometimes if you break it up and it's like slippery or something, and then you put it into paper and like the paper doesn't want to roll, like it's like you're like God, like it's a night and day, whereas if you have really the right weed, it's almost like it rolls itself, like you're like as you do the one little shoot and then it's perfect, you know what I mean, and you can it almost wants to stick itself because it's nice and sticky compared to like some dry talcum powder bud or something where you're just like whoosh, your fingers are like this.
Exactly.
Chem is an amazing plant. Which one is your favorite of the Chem family?
Oh, it just depends. Like I probably Chem D, just because I like the funky stinkiness. Like
the GMO sort of bottom, like background or whatever. I think Chem D is my favorite too, personally. I just got the Skunk VA one, the 91, so I'm going to grow that one out again and see if I'm still on the same tip. But for me, Chem D was always kind of the one,
I've seen Chem D inside facility or Chem 91 in facilities, but like I've only had crosses of it myself. But like I do like it's kind of more of like it's not as stinky. It's like more fuely, right? Or more like a tennis ball, fumey. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, and the color is a little darker and it's a little different. Like you don't have that same bright. The Chem D has more of the funk, and the other one's a little more tennis ball. It would be a good description on that side.
Like I always think that Chem 91 smells like when you pop like fresh tennis balls. That weird smell that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're shooting for. It used to be. We always joke on the show too, because it was like back in the like 90s, it was more mango baby poopy kind of thing we were looking for. Like that was the kind of like the holy grail, you know what I mean? Like, oh, mango baby poop, you know what I mean? And then tennis balls became more in fashion when all of a sudden you're like, yeah, it's that first, or pool liner I got a lot of times too, where it'd have like that as you roll out that vinyl, like when you're buying it by the fucking meter or whatever. And you get that first fresh, similar to that. You get those tones sometimes. These polyester weird kind of vibes. And that's the thing is now everybody's so candy focused that it's weird because like people don't get that. Really, I think that all the heads and all the people that grew weed were much more going towards the foul, funky things because of the power that became associated. Like how GMO is. Like GMO is a good, solid plant because it has that garlicky, funky kind of funk thing going on, and it delivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Like we were talking about Purple Punch or something, where it's like that's like more like going into the whole modern direction of like, oh wow, look at this. It's like, yeah, but who cares if it doesn't get you? Like it doesn't work. Then all the visuals don't really do much for me. Much rather have dirty.
Some of the fruity stuff ain't as complex either. It's just like ketchup. It's like one note.
Yeah.
So like when I.
Well, it's also overpowering. It's also overpowering. It's all front. It's what I always say. It's front end stuff. So it's like as you're taking a hit, it's like on the inhale you taste it. On the exhale, you doesn't taste it, right? Whereas like on the more raunchy stuff, it's like on the inhale, it's sometimes, especially like a lot of my weed that I was growing over the time, I would be kind of like nervous on the first couple hits because it doesn't taste super strong. It almost like you had to build up like as you hitting on. Then it got really it's better and better and better. Yeah. And then a lot of the other weed that like the Purple Punch and all that kind of stuff, it would taste good for about one or two hits, and then it just died. Right? There's no build up because there's no resin kind of like packing up. You don't get that whole like because I before we really had do you remember back in the day when it was like keeping half joints and then like re-rolling them back and making like the third generation joint where you're like, this is the fifth generation. I've gone 3 layers deep. And it was like, it tasted foul as hell because it was always like, weeks old and
stale, a little stale, a little resinous.
But it was resinous as fuck because it was just resin on resin on resin on resin. And you didn't, and no filters required, so your teeth were black, and you were like, definitely like, well, that's what resin tastes like. But I do, yeah. I mean, and I guess so. You're doing rosin. You said do you also do other stuff, or you kind of rosin is your focus on concentrates, or?
Like pretty. I used to make BHO, but yeah, I pretty well focus on rosin these days. But like, I've went through all the steps over the years. You know what I mean?
Well, you didn't blow yourself up, so that's a good thing. We already know.
And I never have. So every time I hear stories, I'm like, "Whoa, God!"
Yeah, when I moved to Colorado, which was around 2010 and 11, it was kind of like the height of the Botardness. You know what I mean? Because everybody they were doing them behind the shop under a tent, if you were lucky. But then there was other people who were not smart enough, like, we just crack the door and leave the door half open, and you know what I mean? And they're just like, there was just so many situations. It was not a good look. It didn't look good on the industry either. You know what I mean? It was one.
No. The first time I ever seen it, I was mind blown because it was like, I just went over to one of my dudes' house to grab some bud, and like, they were like blasting. This is the first time ever hearing it, seeing it, or even seeing it. They were blasting through like plastic piping.
Yeah, exactly. They were doing everything you definitely shouldn't be doing.
Should not be doing, yeah.
Yeah. So like PVC.
Remember,
which is like the worst, you know what I mean? Because you just know it's leaching, and you could even see if people reuse them a lot of times, they would start to like break down even because that stuff was so cold and it's caustic and cold, so. You just imagine the amount of microplastics that were going into that.
Real.
You know what I mean? Because now we didn't even know what microplastics were back then, right? And nobody was thinking along those lines. But now you're like, oh yeah. Well, but
that was the dark time of the hash era.
Yeah, I mean, but having said that, though, when you're in the thick of it, it felt like we were at the top of our game. You know what I mean? Like no matter how it looks now, it's. It's like if you look at what you were wearing back in the day in high school, or what you were, listening to music-wise, or even what you were eating food-wise. Hopefully, you've evolved over time and you've gotten better and better. Right. And with cannabis, it's like people are so snobby now because they can be, but there was a time period when that was the best. You know what I mean? It was like in a fucking Pyrex dish being feathered into, like over a bath of water, and hopefully not blowing yourself up because your friend lit up a joint or something. But there was all like, but again, we were. But what's interesting too, though, is you remember in the beginning when people started to make it with like closed loop systems and they didn't quite have it down. There was a moment in time where open blasted shit was still better. You know what I mean? Because people had dialed their open blast down, but hadn't quite dialed in their full recovery system yet. And there was some like learning curves to get through that. You know what I mean? And then over time that got better and better. And now it's to the point where it really, when it comes to effect, I do think BHO can be stronger for sure. But when it comes to like social acceptance, I get it because people like the rosin, it's not even organic, but the sort of like craftness of it kind of comes through a little better because it's very individual to the flower quality. Like you have really good flower and you make rosin, or you make hash out of that and you make rosin from that. To me, the problem is that it's a lot of waste, right? It's like to get from, like you take the plant, you got to, like say you got a kilo per plant. Let's just give it a number, right? So you take that kilo, you break it down. Now out of that kilo, you've got like, 150 grams of concentrate or whatever from that. Then you take that, or you got hash from that. Then you take that hash, you break that down. Now you lose more percentage. You start losing. So you take all the percentages of the loss, and you include the amount of water you needed, and you include the amount of fucking parchment paper that you used, and you start to add all those thick things up, and then you take, not even taking into effect the person who's doing it, right? So their time that goes into it, right? And then you got the rent of the place, and then you start to do all the math, and you're like, God damn, that is not cost effective in any way, shape, or form.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it really isn't sustainable. And what's crazy in Colorado, they've taken it to the level where one of our sponsors is 14ers, and they do 8-gram buckets for $120. You know, so it's like, what? Like you're like, you're like 8 grams, 120 retail, out the door. That's doesn't seem sustainable. You know what I mean? You start to look because you know from the behind the scene, and it's fire, dude. It's fucking cold cured rosin, really good. There's no bullshit. It's not like, oh yeah, that's some booty. You know, we again, like, you know, it's like it's got some really dark or no, not at all. Fucking creamy and beautiful and consistent. It's just that they've got it dialed in, and they do everything in one under their roof. They don't bring in product, so they figured it out. They're definitely not hopefully losing money, but they're definitely running on a razor thin profit margin, just because we know from just doing it that it takes. That's the first thing you learn as a hash maker is, I guess I got to grow a lot more weed. Like that's the first thing. You're just like you're like, fuck, it took all that to make that, you know, and it kind of blows your mind the first couple times. But it's the same as I think when you grow weed. When people who don't do it think it's easy and it's like, oh yeah, you're going to get so much. It's like, no, there's actually a same sort of deal where if you grow, 20 plants and you get a quarter pound per plant, it doesn't mean you get a quarter pound finishing per plant, because at the end you still got to get through all. Then all of a sudden you start to do the numbers at the end, and you're like, God damn, this is actually like a tough one. Like it's never what you think. You know, you hardly ever go like, well, that was a lot more than I thought I got. It was like, fuck, that was a lot less. Like somehow you're in your mind clocking it as it's growing. Oh, this is going to be a good one, you know. But somehow at the end, it's like you do the numbers, and it's very rarely gangbusters. It's usually it's like, fuck, I thought it was going to be more, no matter or it's like when you count stacks of money, right? You're like, looks like there's more than 10,000 here, and you're like, no, it's exactly 10,000. Fuck, I thought somehow when I was counting it, I got close. I thought, well, it must throw another. It looks like there's more. Somehow it never is. But so on the breeding side, are you selling seeds, or do you have any kind of distributors or anything like that, or do you kind of just do them?
I've just been doing it myself really right now. I did stuff on Stranley, and now just this year I'm about to break out and start pushing what I've made and see what I can do.
Right. Well, the cool part is that you have something to follow besides the seeds too, right? They follow, like, you need to mix it up. I mean, obviously you need to bring the whole wrestling vibe into the seed line, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That's the goal.
I mean, that's cool. That opens up that door. And you could, I mean, what's the people that come to the show vibe wise as far as age groups and stuff like that? Is it mostly young, or is it kind of a mix, or is it?
It just depends on the show and venue that the show is running in.
Sure. Because I'm sure there's plenty of shows you could bring seeds to the show and sell them because it's legal anyway. It doesn't matter. It's fucking seeds.
Yep.
And
fucking seeds, yeah.
That'd be a great marketing tool. Plus, the cool part is if you go back to those places in 6 months or a year's time, and then you see the same people, then they start to bring you weed to the shows, and then you don't have to even bring weed when you travel. You just fucking go and like, hey, I'm going to see so-and-so who bought fucking 5 packs off me last time, so he should have some bud. And that's what I always tell people as a marketing thing. It's like, it is nice when you put out seeds, because as you travel, people just want to show you what they did with it. So you end up constantly getting offered weed, which is great. So it's good. It's a long-term investment, you know. It's like growing a tree. You know, you might not ever get to sit under it, but you may if you're lucky.
Well, luckily, most of my wrestling fans know that I'm a heavy stoner, and a lot of them just, if they go to shake my hand, they'll usually drop a joint in my hand or something.
Oh, there you go. So you're already getting it. It's already happening.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so
cool.
It'll just flow even more.
Right. Well, it'd be better if you know the genetics. It'd be better if knowing that the genetics are good. It's like, I hate when people hand you joints because you feel obligated to smoke it when you're like, it's probably really bad. I don't want to tell them it's bad, but it's pretty bad.
I usually got to do that, like, you know, we'll pull through and see if it's even going to have a flavor on it.
Sure.
The air pull.
Yep.
And then if it don't, I'm like, it's just passing it off to a homie. I'm not gonna fuck with it.
No, exactly. You take it with a smile, and then you make sure you
Yeah.
give it to somebody who appreciates it, because I mean, many shows I go to, I come home with so much crap that I'm just like, well, I'm going to give that to the person who takes care of that person for us, and, make sure.
Right.
And you can see it. It always works out well in the long run. You got any other breeders that you kind of are been talking to or working with, or local legends or anything like that?
I've been doing testing with Mean Gene from Mendocino and Skunk Tech.
Yeah, great people.
Been working with those two.
Great. Well, Mean Gene's like right up your alley, so that's a great combo.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, no, he's great in the industry, and he's funny as fuck. So that's. And I noticed you were like a meme generating. I looked at your thing. I was like, well, it's mostly memes, a little bit of wrestling, couple I was looking for your logo, and I was like, I had to go all the fucking way back to almost the beginning to get to the logo. So I was like, well, he definitely loves his memes, that's for sure. He's right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No,
memes keep you. Instagram, you got to have a little niche on IG just to keep people looking at you. Because if you do too much weed, I feel like you get shadow ban type vibe.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it comes with the territory, right? It's like the classic. But and to be quite honest, memes are powerful as fuck, right? So they can make or break the entire fucking system. You know what I mean? Like there's
so true.
There's some serious power. I dabble here and there, but I try not to get too locked in either, because it's sort of like you do open a can of worms literally every fucking time, right? So it's like, because it's only to make a good one, you got to insult somebody, right? There's somebody insulted by the time you're done. Like, if it's a good one, right? They just rarely do you create a perfect meme where everybody's fucking happy, right? Oh, this is the greatest meme ever. Unless there's some cats involved or something, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Cats are the only free. Cats
neutral.
You can totally neutral. You can get away with anything with cats.
Yeah, dude.
But if you hurt a cat, now that's no cat's getting hurt.
Definitely not.
Then you get in trouble.
I kind of just offend all the hydro guys. Not even trying. I I love living soil, so I'd be joking around about it, and then everyone thinks that I just hate them. But I like all grow styles. I'll mess with anything if you can pull out some good smoke. Yeah,
and like we all go through these phases in life. Like when I moved to Amsterdam, which was in '89, I was that's all I thought of was hydro. I didn't even imagine it growing any other way, just because it was like I was living in the land of fucking hydro. It was like Rockwood.
Right.
They just, everywhere you went was like, that's all they did. And the only one company that have that BioBiz is the only one you can get in Holland, really, that would be considered organic. And it took me probably, I think it was like around 99 or 2000, maybe something like that. And I had a super fucking massive infestation of root aphids, and it totally like sickened me and like made me realize that the problem was the fact that I was growing in hydro at that time, and it really had like nothing else for them to eat except my plants. You know what I mean? There was no like balance going on or anything. And I had mother plants that I kept in soil because I didn't really have a hydro system for them, so I had and those plants were fine. And I figured out like in my mind, like, dude, look at them. Like those plants are fine. They have root aphids, but they didn't get like mashed up like the other ones did. The other ones, like there was nothing left. So I realized like, oh, okay. So the soil it's got a little bit more of a buffer, you know what I mean? There's balances in there, and it's like that's the problem I feel with hydro is it's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad, you know what I mean? And it's like and you can hit the wall pretty fucking hard. It's like an F1. It's like getting into an F1 car when you really don't need to. Like you could probably just take a normal car and fucking run that and be fine, but instead, and you crashed into the first fucking, first real S curve or whatever, you know what I mean? Or you figure it out and you become the best driver in the world, and that's possible too. But the thing is, you're only as good as your system. And the other thing too is over there, I'm the worst at like never finished. You know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't buy a system, I built a system, and by doing that, it was like a never-ending thing. Because first I did this, then I realized I did should have done that, and then I switched up this, and then I needed to change that, and it was just like never. I was building these like elaborate grow systems that were, I was into aeroponics, and I was into all the whatever was the highest tech possible. How can I need to increase my oxygen levels at my root zone. That was like my brain was like doodle, and I was reading all this stuff, and I was living in Holland, so I'd go to like the big fucking giant greenhouse companies, like where they would build. There was a company called Brinkman, so they were like the biggest in Europe, and they would produce these multi-million-dollar greenhouses. So I'd come in like, hey, what's going on? I just walk up and down the aisles and try to figure shit out, like look at all these parts and stuff, and be like, maybe I could do that. And so everything was like a complete off. Nothing was like you plug and play, And then because in Holland everything was very weird. Like they didn't have. When you bought grow lights there, you didn't get like this tight little setup. You got like, here's a ballast, here's a bulb, and here's some fucking aluminum reflector thing, and go home and build it yourself. And so you'd have to go home and wire it all yourself. And so it wasn't that complicated, but it was definitely like, maybe what. And I was really envious because all my friends in America, every time I come back and I'd go check out their grow shops, I'd be like, dude, everything is just like plug and play. You got like green air fucking controllers. You just plug all your lights into the controller and it set your fucking parameters and stuff. And in Holland, it was like, well, get yourself a thermostat, and get yourself this, get yourself an overdrive, hook this up to have these boards built, and everybody be building these kind of. It was like you're like, had to learn how to become an electrician overnight, and then it was like so. It was interesting. Now in Holland, you're not even allowed to sell grow lights. It's against the law.
Oh, no shit.
Holland is so backwards. That's one of the reasons I left, and is that it was getting to that point where they were just not understanding that the reason that people go there is because of the weed. I mean, come on, guys. It's pretty obvious, right? It's like they were like, no, it's because of the art, and it's because of this, and it's because, it's the architecture. And it's like, okay, there's people that do that, but a fucking huge amount of people come here just for the weed, you know what I mean?
Straight up.
And so they were like making it harder and harder and closing down shops and being more difficult, and then saying, well, we can't sell. So you can't, the grow shops, the way they did it was they said, you're liable. If you sell, so they sell you 100 lights, right? And then you get busted. I'm liable for everything you grew because I gave you it's like, dude, that's ridiculous. That doesn't even make any sense. And they were like, yep, that's the way it is. So because they were like, the problem was, of course, most of the grow shops in Holland were guys who grew weed. So they were like, you would come in and they'd be like, hey, I'm going to sponsor you, basically. And they would give you like, 20 lights. So they knew that was happening for real. And so they took that model and just expanded it on the idea that if you own a grow shop, you're now liable for every single customer that if they find a receipt with your fucking thing in their possession, they're coming after you. Just like kind of the landlord thing, like don't bust a grower, bust a landlord. And that'll immediately get you to the point where you are 100% not getting a fucking rental anymore because they're too scared to lose their spot, right? I mean, that's like not worth getting extra rent off of some grower over the years, which is what they did for so long,
Man, yeah.
Holland's funny. You ever get a chance to go yet, or to Hampshire?
No, I've never got to go to Holland. I would love to.
You gotta go before it's turned. I mean, now it's gotten kind of commercial, but it's still there. I mean, it's still the remnants enough are there, and it's still it's kind of like it's got the vibe for if you don't know. But you're gonna get the same story. Oh, 20. Oh, it used to be so good right back in the day. Yeah. You get a lot of those.
No, I can see that. Now it's like Thailand's one popping off, right?
Big time, yeah.
Out in Asia.
We've had we've done a few shows with some friends out there, and it's kind of like Amsterdam too, where you're gonna keep hearing like, yeah, it's the last year, it's over, they're changing, But the reality is, it's such a corrupt kind of vibe. Everybody's getting paid, something's happening, it ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? They might change it from a international view because they don't want to have the reputation that they're being loosey-goosey with their shit, but it's fucking Thailand, you know what I mean? Like, it's always been a little bit on that side. So,
Yeah,
what?
that's what I
There's
always-
gambling
that's what I
going on here? Are you crazy? You know, it's like, no, yeah, for sure. Something behind those closed doors. And do you ever come out here, Colorado?
I haven't been in a handful of years, but I used to go out there for wrestling a lot, yeah.
How is the Colorado wrestling scene?
It's very small. It's not very big. It's usually a pass-through. We usually you go there if we're heading west.
Right. Yeah, no, come on. You got to have some. You have to have some old school wrestling anecdotes here, Mark. Growing up in Colorado, man, didn't you go?
No,
Come on.
I was not.
You were not a wrestling kid.
No, I was no.
No.
Yeah, I was.
No, it's
yeah.
very few shows, and there's very few indie shows in Colorado.
Yeah, it seems too progressive for red. Like this is. You're like, oh, we're so beyond all that.
Wow. Yeah.
No, it's interesting. And then, is there anybody else that's kind of gone down your lane as far as cannabis? Is there any other cannabis wrestlers out there? Like, have you spawned any over the years just by seeing what you're doing?
I don't. I mean, there's a few. I know some are growing. I don't know if they want me to say.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you don't have to call anybody
No,
out, but
yeah.
or dox anybody. But in general, is there anybody with characters though that have come out like fucking Brown, like it's the new wrestling weed characters? I mean, I figured that.
Like Dave in his suit right here.
Yeah, like Dave. Like
he's
Dave
really-
Dave could have been a great wrestler. if
Yeah,
he
look
was-
at him.
Oh man, yeah,
He could
that
came
would
out.
have been a good. He looks like a wrestler manager.
Dude.
Okay. He's the wrestler. Yeah, he's definitely got manager vibes of that jacket on.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, right.
For Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been a not a good wrestler. Yeah, I could see that for sure, but definitely character. I could see it happening. But but there's no dab guy out there or fucking some.
I think that out in Cali, out in California, there's a place called Hood Slam that be doing stuff like that.
Gotcha.
It's like a comedy show, like a wrestling show, but then they also got the influence of the cannabis on it.
Right.
And that's a pretty good one.
Funny. And then
But I haven't ran into it.
No, I'm surprised. I figured they would have been like, well, there's only one guy out there that we know.
I've one time in Vegas, I did just a random weed vending place, and they had wrestling, and I was doing dabs in the ring and smoking like some tacked out joints, and I was dying, man. I cannot be running around like that. I thought it'd be cool, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't want this. I wish I could tap out right now because I'm like it's when you're breathing 100 miles an hour and trying to do a dab and then recover, that's not fun.
Yeah, it's not performance enhancing at that point, right?
Yeah, I probably hit the dab way too hot too.
Yeah,
freaking 900 or something.
That's what you need to do to your opponent right before you fucking body slam him. You'd be like, oh my God, he gave him the hot dab. Oh shit, not the hot dab. Yeah, like you get behind them, fucking power it into them. Yeah,
that would be good.
I like that.
Hit him with the hot dab.
Hit him with the hot dab from the top ropes. Top rope hot dab.
Drop the nail on him. Get the old titanium out.
Right, exactly. Uh-oh, he's pulling out the titanium nail. He's coming off the top ropes, everybody.
Glowies for Kobe.
That's right. I know that like we were talking about earlier, as far as like looking back in time, we always mention it. Like when you see old videos and you watch people doing these dabs, and it's like they got the MAP gas out and they're fucking like on like nuclear fucking levels of fucking heat. And then there's like, go, 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 go. And you're like, oh my God, dude, this is so bad. And
I remember my first fuck up on a quartz banger. Like I just got the quartz banger and I was outside, so I couldn't even see how hot I had it.
I hate that.
And my friend was like, just go. And when I did that, I just watched the dab like blow into a fireball and just blow my lungs. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's exactly what we see on the videos too. Is like fire coming off the top, and you're just like, oh my God. Yeah, I hate doing dabs out, especially the combo of outside with a quartz it's impossible because the only way you're going to know it's hot is if you see it red hot and then it's way too hot, and then you're not going to know how it's going to cool down. Plus you got the wind going on it.
Yep.
And quartz cools down way too fast, and then it's like you get that kind of like, you know,
outdoor dabs. Yeah.
Oh, they're so painful. Like when you have this, like everything is perfect except the thing you want to do the most, which is the dab part of it all, because you're like, fuck. It's like we were trying to smoke a bowl up on my spot the other day when the wind came out, and it was not windy. I swear to God, there was no wind until I pulled this fucking bowl out. I pulled the bowl out, and it was like, whoosh. You know, it's like, really, just trying to make this as difficult as fucking possible right now.
Right.
But yeah,
it's like dabbing outside is like, you already got a lot of science coming to dabs. Like, you know, you're already like timing everything out.
Yeah.
But now you gotta be like, you're out there like,
wind. What's the wind? Yeah, exactly. 5 miles an hour from the west. It's not too bad. But
how many seconds do I decrease from my timer? Because
exactly,
like,
it becomes a little too high level at that point. Yeah, your chances of getting a good one are pretty low. Pretty low. That's why we do. Actually, we'll talk with DabX about getting you sponsored, because that'd be a pretty easy thing for them.
Yeah.
And then. Not that you would ever use it there, but it does happen to fit in a car cup holder amazingly well. I don't know why.
Heck yeah.
I'm not sure why. But they are one of our sponsors, and definitely I could see you using it in the right places at the right times, getting them some good photos, and they'd be stoked for that for sure.
Well, that sounds like a hot item.
So we're going to wrap up and then do some sponsor stuff, which you're welcome to hang out if you want, but of course I can see it getting darker by the minute. It's like, yeah, we started off, it was all nice and bright. Now it's all dark. So I'm not going to hold you up any longer, but wanted to know where people could find you besides Instagram. Is there any other, like, oh, I saw your merch thing. What was that? Give us that to show.
You can go to Pro Wrestling Tees/Hooligans, and you can pull up all of our t-shirts over the years. There's also No to a Hooligan as my Instagram. My brother's is Murder Itchy. I would go check out his art.
Yeah, that's cool. So Murder Itchy on Instagram, and then is there also like .com or anything like that, or just on Instagram right now?
He's just doing Instagram right now.
Gotcha. I saw that actually. I looked it up earlier, and that was cool too. So definitely cool merch, and I'm sure that's, like I said, you gotta add seeds to your merch. Come on now.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely am.
you gotta.
I mean, tomorrow I'll be at Free Seed Day, Grow Active in St. Louis.
Nice.
So everyone should pop into there. Watching it live.
I will. I'll link you up also with our other sponsor, James Bean, and maybe we can get you on his roster once you get your shit together and get your packaging. And he demands photos, he demands info, things like that. But but for the most part, you be in with the top ones, and you'd be the only wrestler in the crew. And Mean Gene's there already, so I mean it's just an easy mix right there.
Right.
So we'll definitely try to link you up with that, and then hopefully we'll see you on your pass through on your way to the West Coast on your next adventure. Come stop into the studio.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
And at least you didn't get I mean, not that it would have gotten real trouble, but you didn't get any cops rolling up on you while you were there. Hey, what are you doing in here? They've been calling. You've been seeing you out here, sitting out here for a while. What's going on?
I mean, that was just made a good episode.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, hopefully you would not get in trouble, but damn, it would have made a good show.
Do that at your expense. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, man.
Heck yeah.
And
thank you.
Talk soon, and we'll give Tony Baloney a gold star for picking.
Good job, Tony.
Good
Baloney.
job, Tony Baloney. You called it in a good one. All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Later, man.
Peace out. Katie, what are you doing? Why aren't you sitting with us? Come on. You're supposed to be filling in. Dave's not here.
I took Dave out of the picture.
Dave's
and
not
everything.
here.
You're just like not.
We want. They all want to see you.
Yeah.
They want to see you. Landlady. Oh, this is a Patreon pre-show. This is what you get if you watch Patreon: is you get no Daves.
No Daves.
And you
No,
get-
Dave. Dave is not on Patreon with
So
us.
you get just me and Katie. So you get the best of the best.
Yeah. The B team is not here.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, Dave. I love you. I hope you're having a great
Don't worry,
time.
he'll never watch the show.
Oh, yeah. He'll
never hear it.
Dave is never going to
never
watch the
know.
show, so don't even worry
Yeah,
about that.
exactly.
And you're safe. You're safe.
I feel safe. Thank you, Tony. He was a great guest.
Oh, he
It
was
was
cool.
a really great
He was
show.
cool. He was
yeah,
cool.
he had wonderful.
And no.
No worries.
See that? Pushing them away, man.
Go for it, dude.
You can always.
We can handle the ads right now, and
We're gonna do it. We're gonna handle
We're
it.
doing it.
That's-
Are we?
that's the only
Can
reason
we?
why I
Can
came.
we handle it? I don't know. I hope so.
I don't know.
If we
For the
can't,
ad, I'm
we're
here for the
failing.
ads.
That's why she's here, because the ads are so fucking
good. Katie, tell us all about So High Cafe, 4300 West Alameda.
Oh, come through. Come see us. Come get some barbecue. It's phenomenal. And the corn.
There's corn
lady,
out there
there's
today.
corn now.
Elote.
Elote.
I drove up. I was like, oh.
We're doing a My Elote to the tune of My Sharona.
My elote.
My Elote.
Dun,
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 on the bass.
I love this so much.
My elote.
No, that's phenomenal. I'm excited that they're back.
Yeah.
That's a perfect addition to the barbecue.
So come on down, record a
Oh,
podcast.
and the flags are coming in soon.
Do a DJ podcast. What? The flags? What? Huh?
We got flags ordered.
Flags are coming
barbecue
in.
flags. They kind of hang out.
Oh, those things.
I want one of the. We got to get one of the dudes though.
One of the guys. I want one of those out there for sure.
Wacky, inflatable,
Vinny?
wacky, waving,
Wacky waving guy.
Iron
We
Man.
got. I mean, we got to get one. That's all that
Absolutely.
Nick ever wanted. That's like literally all my son has ever wanted was one of those guys. So I
That's
mean,
doable.
It's totally.
I think that's great.
I think it's.
Today, not so much with the wind.
Well, you don't even
However.
need. You don't even need. We just put a thing out there. It'll go by itself. But no, in general, like those are pretty much guaranteed.
So if you like those things, we're thinking about getting one.
We're
So
thinking
come
about
down.
getting one.
well,
Come
if you're-
enjoy
if you're
the
like
waving
If you're
man,
like Uncut
the
Bush or
flags
somebody
in.
out there who just loves to get us stuff.
Uncut. We need. Yeah. What the hell are those things even called? We need a floppy guy.
We need a flippy floppy guy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And if you come in right now, he has like some donuts for you, probably.
Some donuts and some
donuts.
cupcakes.
You might
Donuts
share.
in the house.
Yeah, there's like cupcakes.
Vinny bag of donuts is now Vinny box of donuts.
So High Cafe.
He's so evolved.
Come see us.
Come
From
see
a
us.
bag to a box.
Ozo Coffee.
I just cracked
had
into my
mine.
gigantic bag yesterday.
Oh, good.
Did you?
Oh, it's- When you have
Nice.
a gigantic bag
I know,
of Ozo,
I
it's
know.
like it's fucking having a pound of weed or something. It's
That's
like,
such a great feeling.
You know, or a brand new fresh jar, like a big ounce jar. Just first dab, I have to got a whole that feeling.
That feeling. Speaking of that feeling, I can't say the bubble like you were saying it.
Bobble.
The bobble. I definitely want to hit your bobble though.
I need the bobble.
bobble.
That was awesome to see him. Alberto's the best. He was like my favorite. Like he literally was my favorite guy to come through because he always brought really good hash with him because he was like, but he was always import. It was always like some sort of. And then I would have the bobble, the bobble, and he would get so excited, like
Hell
Katie
yes.
style.
Well,
like I am right
Almost
now.
as excited as we get about Ozo coffee.
With that discerning palate, I imagine that he would like some Ozo coffee.
He
as
would.
well.
He would be all
The-
over it. Italian coffee? Come on now.
Of course.
Say
So
that.
if you want to get into some Ozo coffee, you can get it shipped to your house. You can get Dunn Deal 2024 is the code, and that'll get you what? I think it's 10% off.
I thought it was 10%.
10, 15? I don't remember. Something like that. I just did it.
A whole bunch of percentages.
Yeah, I bought a big bag.
Bada bing, bada bag.
Big
I love it. I'm slowing down.
I bought a big bag of bobble. A big bag of bobble. Yes, see, that's what happens. You can't stop saying it. Once you start saying the bobble, it's the bobble. Where's the bobble?
You can't stop saying it.
It's really hard.
So ozocoffee.com. Check it out. Buildasoil.com. 855-877-SOIL.
You talked about it all show because it's the premier place to get all of your organic inputs. If you're an organic grower, it doesn't matter if you're in Missouri like our guest was, or if you're in the East Coast, or you're in the South, or you're pretty much anywhere. I don't know about out of the country how he does all that, but for the most part, you can get all these great inputs directly delivered to you, and you can go online and check out all these killer videos that he puts out, which is like super educational. And of course, you can always pick up some ferments. Did you notice he said did you hear?
I did hear.
He already uses Miles ferments. He loves Miles ferments because we all love
Everybody loves Miles ferments.
Everybody loves
I did the horsetail one, and boy, did it stink. It's like, woo, that's a funky wook juice right there. Wook sauce.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get that on you and you're funky.
Concentrated wook juice. Yeah.
Not good.
Oh,
yum.
But
smell my finger. Here, Katie, smell my
Smell
finger.
my finger. It's crazy. The other day we were at the grow. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We're at the grow and.
Oh no, go for
Oh
it.
yeah, I can
It's not
say
Patreon.
It's not really
that's
Patreon.
real Patreon stuff.
That is real Patreon. Okay,
you won't
it's
even
not
get to know
Patreon.
because you don't listen to Patreon. But if you listen to Patreon,
But
we're going to
come
tell you.
see us.
We'll tell you about the smell my finger incident.
This is
you'll
great.
get to
What the
bottom of
hell?
It's like, but you know how to tell if a grower grows with a living soil organic?
It tastes better.
Well,
Lasts longer.
The joke is that you don't have to worry about it because they'll tell you all about it. They'll tell you all about it.
Shit, this is
Vegan
true.
joke. This is a vegan joke, like upgraded
Wow.
Exactly, it is.
Well,
All right.
it could be used for rosin too. That'd be like your rosin boy.
Right.
Yeah.
This is so fucking true too.
All right. Buildasoil.com. YoTip.com. This
Whoa,
is what Dave's using.
Dave would jump in right now and
Dave,
go.
yes.
But this is what he's using out there for sure, and he's trying to keep everyone safe out there.
I hope so.
Spannabis.
He was drunk.
Pass.
Yeah,
Was he actually drunk?
No,
he
was
seemed
like-
a little buzzed.
No, he's like 3 or 4 drinks in.
Yeah, he was, and he had girls all around him.
Oh, yeah.
I did see
and he was trying to
that.
impress, and he was like, "What
Hi,
is
I'm
she
Dave,
drinking?"
I'm
He's
Dave.
like, "What is she drinking?"
It's
I was
a
like, "Oh, that's when
coconut.
it gets really bad." Like, really, I'll take one of those coconut drink things, and then
Now they have 2 nuts.
Oh.
Wow, that's a really deep cut.
Very nice.
Deep cut.
But,
We're going
but-
Patreon worthy at the end. Here.
That would have been Patreon. That would
It
have been
was
Patreon.
worthy.
But it wasn't.
We definitely go. If you guys think the regular show goes off the rails,
Oh my
we
god! You don't
You
even
know, and we always just talk about the tip here when we talk about Yo
yeah.
Tips. And,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
but you got to
Okay.
remember they have
shafts.
They have the tag. They got the shaft that goes into the tip. Yes.
basically the show gets pretty fucking insane.
That's where we go. I was just trying to give everybody a taste of Patreon flavors.
They also have papers and cones and all the smoking supplies you need. It can be delivered to your
Awesome
house.
company, and we love to support Yo Tips.
Mark's even got plant picks tonight.
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
I got
All right.
vids. There we
And,
go.
Green Farms Med.
Don't smell my finger. We are going live with
Just
Green
pull it.
Farms in like a month and 5 days.
I
It's
saw
going to
a
be.
picture of someone signing some papers or something.
I don't believe
Oh
it.
yeah, and it's on. It's
is
on
that
like Donkey
James
Kong.
Bean?
Not the real one.
I heard somebody's voice. in
Whose
the
voice
background.
is that?
Someone's
That
here.
was that was you, or that was
Drunky McDave.
Dave, it's Drunky McDave. I'm so happy to hear your voice. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, wonderful.
Wow, you did that sound
You
cheesy.
are
It's
drunk.
exactly 7:10, Dave. Good timing.
Oh.
Good timing.
7:10, perfect timing.
7:10. That means it's 1:10 here.
Oh,
And
shit.
2:10.
Damn.
So are you in for the night? Or are you?
Are you in the dark? Look at you. Look at you.
Darkness.
Darkness has a reason.
Yeah.
Were you hiding in some little bathroom
He has
stall?
to be quiet for the roommate.
No, I just got back to the hotel room.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Whoa. Oh, now I know your location. I'm coming.
We're coming.
We're
Stay
coming
there.
right now. I know where that is.
That one
Google
sign-
Maps.
Move some space for us.
Oh, shit, I dropped the phone out the window.
Oh, shit.
No.
That one science guy could do it for sure.
Yeah, science guy. We're calling
I
him
hope
up.
you're having the best time, Dave.
We're going to call Mark Scaldone. He'll tell us.
Yeah, Mark Scaldone's coming to get
Yeah.
the coordinates for us. We're gonna send a drone. We're
Yeah.
sending a drone. What?
It's Dave at
You
the
on
dark.
is sending a drone?
Yeah, we're sending you a drone right now. Just keep looking
on
out
its
the
way.
window. It'll be there.
All right.
We had a really good show, Dave.
Yeah.
Good,
It
good.
went pretty
Yeah.
well without you.
It's really good. It was really good. Greatest
Oh
show
my
ever.
God.
You are missed.
Oh. No, it was a good guest though.
Surprise.
Good guest. Tony Baloney did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate you.
He vetted well. Even though he like sent me a message or sent a message like, I don't really know, I just thought he'd be good. Like he was already backtracked. Whoa.
Well, he said something in chat
He
too. He
disappeared?
said if you don't like him. Or
did he say something like that?
Something like if it's not.
It's not my fault if you guys don't like him.
If you guys don't like him.
We loved him, Tony. He was
No,
good.
he was right up our alley.
He's good.
I forgot to tell him about Sasquatch.
Yeah, you did.
It looked just the same. They could have been his,
Oh, that's
his
funny.
logo could be Sasquatch.
No way. I had a guy here today. He said he saw it up in Alaska.
What, the Squatcher?
He saw
What, the real Squatch?
He saw the real Squatch.
Oh, I'm talking about our Squatch.
No, this is
I'm talking about our Squatch, not the Squatch.
Yeah, we went full deep on the other side. Yeah.
Oh,
Really? This is
He says I don't talk about it much, but I swear to
wow.
God, I swear
Bullshit.
to God.
Nice to meet you. I don't talk about this much.
Yeah.
How drunk was he?
No, he wasn't.
Drunky McDrunk.
Oh, drunky McDrunker.
He's a contractor.
Are you spinning right now? Are you gonna lay down on the bed and go spins? I'm
really drunk.
I'm hanging on by a fucking thread here.
All right.
Well, we're interrupting the.
I would go with crackers.
Yeah, you guys are interrupting my
You
ads.
usually keep us.
Whoa.
I know, but
Dave complained about the
it's like-
fucking joint.
What's it,
For
like
international
4 or 5
complaint.
in the morning over there?
Oh, what is it? Oh, yeah, the
He
joint
said one.
sucks.
There you go. Green Farms.
That's not
Joint's
big.
not big enough. Dave's complaining from Spain.
Wow.
Dave complains mostly from Spain in the rain,
In the
The rain
on his
in
brain.
Spain comes from Dave complaining.
You guys should animate Dave like
Dave-
shoveling weed in there in his
Yeah.
little coat.
Yeah, that's what we could do.
Okay. I
ask
like
AI.
that one.
Weed in his little coat.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you're shoving the weed in. You're wearing the little coat. You're not into your
Wearing,
little
yeah, shoving the weed into your little coat.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
So
that's
Green Farms Med.
Green
goes
Farms
live.
Med. Get ready for rec down in the
This
springs.
is the point of the show where Mark just wants to go home.
Yeah, this is when Mark gets real stroppy
dude.
and goes, "Come on, man, hurry up!" He starts looking at his watch for some weird reason. I don't know.
Shamoopsie.
He's in a hurry for
Love it.
Patreon.
He already went on a date night. He's good. He has.
No.
They went on the top fucking row. They were at the very
Again.
last row of a game. They were at the very, very top.
Yeah.
The nosebleeds.
But it's the Lakers tonight.
Is
Come on,
it?
dude.
What, tonight?
Are you actually going to
trying
the
to get
game
out of here?
tonight?
No.
All right.
Fine, whatever, dude. You guys are life.
You know you love to hang out with us.
All right, Green Farms Med.
Green Farms Med. Keep an eye out for our rec line.
Come see us.
Mark, the
Come on
day you
Patreon
go
and see
crazy
the grow.
Kill everybody. Make sure I'm not there.
Okay. You're gonna need a med card right now if you go down to Green Farms Med.
And you're going to need a med card.
So check out holoshealth.org. Tell them that the Dunn show sent you for your MMJ card
get your
or
Dunn-
your
Dunn
microdose
deals.
mushroom therapy.
Yeah.
Macro.
Dabx.com. Oh, we got the power play.
Wait, just stop looking at sports. No sports allowed.
We got
No
the
sports for you.
This is no sports for you.
Go out.
Sports Nazis out here, right here.
I know
No
just enough
sports
about
for
hockey
you.
to not pay attention to you guys.
Mark, I
Dabx.
think we have to take your internet away during the show.
How is your dad? So how's your Dabx doing over there? Are you like, is you running into fellow Dabxers? Have you run into them?
A few people.
Oh,
A few
good.
people.
Oh,
You
good.
had- A lot of people wanted to know where you were.
Of course.
I believe that.
Some people haven't seen you in so long. They were like, I kept looking for the guy with the beard.
Yeah, I know. You're
I'm
right.
like, dude, where have you fucking been?
Guy has no beard.
Under a rock.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a
The
while.
beard is pre-COVID.
Fresh. Fresh.
Fresh and so clean.
But I will tell you that James Loud knows how to throw a party.
Yeah.
That's
for
where
damn
you were,
sure.
right? Was that place with the mirrors? Is that
Whoa, the
James-
mirrors. That sounds sketchy.
That was the sex club.
Was
This
it-
was the
Yeah.
CCC.
Oh,
I would
okay.
definitely.
That was a
With the
sex club where you were.
rotating bed, and the
Okay.
mirrored ceilings and
That's
all that
when
good shit.
the travel UV light comes in.
Vibrating,
No, that
rotating.
just gets distracting after a while.
Yeah.
Is that because it had good internet? Is that why you were there? I wasn't.
Didn't have
Yes.
the greatest internet.
I love that. That's where you did the show from.
You so suck.
Wow, great job, Dave.
Dabx is phenomenal.
Dabx.com.
I love mine.
Coming soon.
20% off.
Mach 2.
Coming soon, the new MK2.
MK2. Mach.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
MK2.
No, well, you go get one, Mark. Everyone gets one but Mark.
Ooh, because his name is on it.
Oh.
Well, no. Oh.
The Mach.
Oh, that's because I'll be leaving the show before then. I see.
What?
Oh,
No one leaves leaves the show.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No one ever leaves the show.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere. You're here
Until we
forever.
tell you to leave the show. Then you leave the show.
Mitch left. Well, no, Mitch is still on the show. Hoodoo Moses left the show.
That's right.
Yeah, he did. And everyone's
Mitch
still
is here all the
asking
time. Vinny can pull a Mitch up in any given moment.
Then I'll be the new Mitch. Everyone will be like, I miss Mark.
Hey, man, I'm here to keep it straight.
That is how it will go.
Damn.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
Is Schmootsy
All right.
getting upset with you that you
No.
have no Friday nights
Oh,
to spend
stop
with
it.
her?
Whatever, dude.
Friday nights are totally overrated, bro.
There's nothing ever going
That's
on
the
Friday
day.
nights.
That's
is
the
there?
day when all the amateurs are out.
Why do you want to be a cliche, Mark?
What are you talking about?
He doesn't. He actually enjoys being here with us on Fridays.
No.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He hates
he
it.
doesn't.
He hates every minute of it.
He hates every minute of it.
Dabx.com. Get the done deal. 14er Boulder. Dave, take it away.
Take it away, Dave.
Take it away, 14er Boulder. Yep.
Yeah. What on earth?
Come on, Drunky
He
McDrunker.
says yep.
Yep.
That was the best one.
That was great, Dave.
You fucking sold it for me. 14er Boulder. They got some quality products. I like those vape pens. Those vape pens were really good. They hit really well, and I was I mean, for being a vape pen, it's very
They're
nice.
cute.
Very
Okay.
nice.
They're hella cute.
Oh yeah, they're small, dude.
They're so cute.
small.
I haven't seen these.
No.
You can put it in your fifth.
Because it tastes good and they like to party.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly.
You can put it in your fifth pocket.
Yeah,
did
you
say?
can stick the vape in your fifth
Oh, I love a
pocket.
cute little
Wallet. Prison
vape.
wallet, we call that.
Oh,
Dunce.
I'm built too low. I don't get it.
We're from a different
You
neighborhood.
don't understand the prison
okay.
wallet, Katie?
Oh,
Do you need me
a
to-
prison
do you need me
wallet.
to
I do
explain?
know a prison. I didn't even hear you say prison wallet. I
Okay.
heard fifth pocket.
No, well, he said
Oh.
fifth pocket, and we said that's called a prison wallet. And
Okay.
then-
Anyways,
Wow.
you can get the done deal at the 14er. Just order
This is more
online.
Patreon stuff. You guys are getting all
Get the
sorts
done
of
deal.
Patreon
Tell
deals
everyone in line
for
when
free.
you get there, and 14erboulder.com.
We've saved you $1.05 already.
14erboulder.com.
You could have.
Studentglass.com with one of the heftier done deals coming in here.
Dave, you should have walked around with one like that guy. That would have been way cooler.
You know,
Did somebody walked around with one of these?
Yeah, you saw the guy. He
Well,
walks
did
around all
I?
the festies.
it would be way cool.
No,
Dave.
it's not a guy. It's Taken Tops.
Well, it's taking
There you go.
tops, but there's a whole bunch of people now doing
Dude,
it. Now it's
it'd
like
be
the
great.
thing. You can buy the whole strap doodle.
If you want to party
Okay, I
to
like
get
this.
ripped,
That's a cool idea.
Yes, it's Katie. You can buy a Studentglass and strap it on.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would strap it to
There's a
myself.
strap-on attachment.
get a German strap on.
Yeah.
Studentglass. while you're there.
Actually, Katie, I don't think that
Show
will
us it.
work with
They
you.
have one. Come on, show us.
They
You
don't
think
have
it will
one.
work
Of
with
course
me?
it'll work.
Are you
No,
kidding me,
I
people?
don't think so.
Why?
The strap-on might be the wrong spot.
There it
You
is.
might have to
Strap
wear
on.
it
Go.
too low.
Show it. Boom. Click on that photo.
Shut the heck up.
Click on it. Click on it.
Okay, I've never seen this
Oh, yeah. That's not inconvenient at all.
Yes, you can wear that and peg a power
I
bottle.
want to see Dave wear that. That's a total Dave.
I would do
right
it,
there.
dude.
I would actually do this.
That's
You would
pretty
do that?
convenient.
It's not, but it is.
It's hella convenient. Dude.
You would try to go through a door and you would end up cracking it on the
Cracking.
door. You'd be like, fuck, and then you feel like the biggest idiot ever.
Okay. Well,
what I
anyways,
think.
Just
I would appreciate
that one
if
looks
somebody
it's
came up
bigger.
to
That
me.
one looks like it's like bigger than the one he had.
I would say to get
that one sticks out further.
I would
It does.
get-
Pretty far.
Yeah, watch him when he walks. He's
talking
way
about
off.
again?
He's way off on his gait. You know. Yeah.
get
Wear
some
out the front of your shoes.
I like the idea, though. You don't have to put your mouth on it. I do like the idea, the
Whoa.
concept of.
Well, what's the fun in that?
I'd get stainless
Yeah.
with a see-through
crazy.
slit in it. That'd
Okay.
be cool.
Studentglass.com. Get
Are we making Mark uncomfortable?
23% off?
It'll fuck.
It's 23% off, Dave.
entendres?
Right, Dave?
23.
Yes.
23.
23.
Get the done deal. Let them know you heard about it here first. HerbalistTechDirect.com.
Whipped out one of those brushes this morning.
Oh yeah, the brushes. Even
brush
though they
saves-
So grateful for that.
saves the
have
day.
temperature controlled.
Oh, they do have those too.
you
Yeah, they have
know.
these gigantic greenhouses, but the
Dual.
brushes.
They have these gigantic.
Let me tell you about the brushes first.
That's what you
The brushes
can
are
afford.
spectacular.
Well, brushes are within everybody's
Yeah.
like budget right out of the gate, you know.
you know
Anything
what?
else?
But if you have a rich friend who
want
needs a
six-
greenhouse, this is the guys you need to talk to
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you will be able to pick up a awesome greenhouse. If you're in the north, you get the double walled fucking super duper deal one. If you're down in the south, you don't get that one. You get the other total model. They have them all designed for your location.
Give them a call.
Contact them and tell them you need the done deal. They will be super excited if you do that.
Yeah.
They'll be very excited.
You'll probably get a brush
we
right
get more
out.
brushes.
They'll throw in a brush.
You'll get a brush probably just for calling.
Yeah, dude.
You'll be like, fuck, I'm
You
sending
get a
you.
brush.
You get
a brush.
You get a brush.
Yeah,
Everyone,
dude.
exactly. It's like Oprah of brushes.
Because whatever the
Oprah
brush
brushes.
is
Oak
Get
brush.
it.
Oak brush. We call it oak brush.
that's
Get your Oak brush at
Get your Oak brush.
direct.com.
Just go
RockyMountainHigh.co.
longer.
many
so Mark has to
locations.
stay
Tell
longer.
me
Yeah, we're
about
gonna go as
the
long as
done
possible.
Deal.
Yeah, get the done deal.
Done deal.
Done deal.
Get it. Get it while
Mark,
you're
did
hot.
Schmoopsy want to
I
go
saw
out tonight?
Dave brought
Yeah,
turp
she
wipes.
did, Dave, and you ruined everything.
Yeah, Dave, you fucking ruiner,
Okay,
drunken
good.
ruiner.
Okay.
Deal.
Speaking of which, turpwipes.com in Barcelona. Barcelona has turp wipes
They made
now.
it to Barcelona.
Barcelona has a turp wipe.
Turp made it to Barcelona.
Very nice.
Very nice
You
Barcelona
can take
turp
it to
wipe.
Ibiza.
Did you say? I want to hear them say turp wipes though, in Catalonian.
Okay.
Turp wipe.
Turp wipe.
Turpwipes.com/.
No, I want to hear Alberto say it. I want to hear the Bible and the turp wipe. The turp.
Show me the turp wipe.
Turp wipe. Yes. You guys do that great.
Numbnutsco.com. Get CBD infused nut butters delivered to your door, and if you want THC butters, hit the Find Your Nuts button and get it at
Be
your
like Dave
local
and rub it on your
Colorado
nipples.
dispensary
Did you know,
of your
Adam,
choice
he who must
on that
not
list.
be named.
What?
He who must not be named knows Alberto.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever.
Keep clear of the door.
JeromeBaker.com.
Whatever. Alberto's my guy. That's my guy.
If you need a nice, trusty
Ask Alberto, who's
tube to
the original
smoke
bubble.
cannabis
Original
out
bubble.
of, check out the Jerome Baker.
Fuck yeah.
You know, that's gonna be, that's gonna be what you want.
Actually, I was in a conference call with
Look at
some
these
group of
tubes.
people the other day, and they were like, they were inspired by seeing me smoking out of mine, that they bought one for their husband because they were like, that's the perfect
Aw.
gift for his birthday. I saw you smoke because we were on a conference call, and I was sitting there smoking out of my Jerome
You're
Baker.
smoking the bobble.
The bobble out of the Jerome Baker.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh,
The
where
bobble.
did you get that?
That's very
I
nice.
love these voices.
So get a Jerome Baker. Shout out.
Look at that sidecar
to
looking thing. Is that a
the-
sidecar? What is that?
It's the original, bro.
No, that is not the original.
What is that?
I don't know. That's what
It's
it
a jar.
says.
Is that
I
the
just
jar
click
attachment
links, bro.
thing connected to it? That's
Yeah, what is
Yes.
that?
wow.
Spectacular.
It's cool.
It's the catcher?
No,
Yeah.
it's a jar, I think.
Like
It is a
Whoa,
jar.
Dave. That
Dave.
is disgusting.
Oh, it's a matching jar.
We
not a
miss you
catcher.
so much.
Remember the old ash catchers too?
No, that's not an ash catcher. That's a jar for your weed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's for your nugs, bro. That's a nug bra.
It's a nug bra.
Nug bra, bro.
Is that what that is? Okay.
That's where you put your nug bra. That's a total nug bra spot.
JeromeBaker.com.
More on Patreon.
Wow.
SeedsHereNow.com. 20% off raw genetics. Flavor of the month, berry. 20% off. Breeder of the month, Happy Dreams
They like
Genetics.
stole the exact raw. Or that's like, no, it's like a combination. It's weird. It's the name raw, but it looks like the other pack of papers. What's that pack of paper? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking
I
about.
do know what you're talking about.
Oh,
And it says
Like
raw.
the natural one.
that's weird.
No, they're not natural ones. I know what you're talking about, though.
I know what
What's
you're
it
talking
called?
about.
What is it? What is it?
Elements.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Total Elements font. But it says raw. It's kind of fucking with my brain.
Wow.
That doesn't make sense.
That's pretty crazy.
And I love the AI fish.
SeedsHereNow.com is the gold standard of genetics.
Yeah,
You
I need an AI
Oh, God,
fucking
here it comes.
salmon or whatever. Is that it?
Yeah, wait. What is the fish?
and AI salmon, but that's
They
fine.
must have a strain called something salmon.
And if
Is
you don't
that
want to come
salmon?
straight
No,
from
because I'm
seed,
not wanting salmon
Orange
turps in a
salmon.
weed.
you can also go to iWantClones.com and also patronize James Bean.
Patronize,
Patronize.
or patronize.
Both.
You do that all the time.
They patronize Dave, and you
You say
patronize.
patronize, I say patronize.
Patronize.
You say
patronize.
tomatoes. Wait.
What?
Wow.
Get clones. No. Clones here. Future clones.
Get clones here now.
No, I want clones.com.
SeedsHereNow.com and iWantClones.com. Get the done
Jesus
deal
Christ, you fucking-
at all of them and check out the deals because, look, you can click on sale and there's all kinds of stuff. And also, the vault is back, dude.
The vault
Is
is
it?
back.
Okay.
The vault is back.
no way.
Hell
The
yes.
vault?
The vault
The
is
vault's
back.
back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Vault's back.
Yeah,
So
Don't say the vault.
I don't even know where it is.
Don't
but
say the vault.
I don't know where it is. But
Are you talking about the prison vault?
That's a prison wallet, and that's we've already gone over that.
I will find it later. But seedsherenow.com, check it out.
Much bigger.
They've supported the show
dancing
for a
plants.
long,
Look at the
long
plants
time.
dancing. Plants.
And you can get those dancing plants sent to you. AdamDunnShow.com/show merch.
Oh
Join
shit!
the cult.
I got a fucking message the other day. I was so excited.
Join the
So
cult.
what do you got?
I was like, yeah, the cult has started.
Someone bought the
And then
cult
fucking
jacket.
Vinny hit me up, and I was like,
And
oh.
Vinny's like, oh, I
You're
got a
already.
cult
Like,
jacket.
I was like, you're so deep in the cult already.
Yeah,
You don't even
he
need
was
a
the first
jacket.
one to buckle
He's like,
and get
he's
a
the
cult
first
jacket.
original cult member.
Vinny's the #1 disciple.
In Colorado, for sure. I mean, maybe
it.
not in the world because there was, the cult's been going on for a long time. But
At the first
Get a
show.
cult jacket.
I was at the first show.
I mean, maybe now that Vinny has one, there's more weight to being in the cult. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to
Like,
check
it's
it out
super
for
cooler.
sure. Yeah, it is going to be
Wait,
super
Vinny
cool.
got a jacket?
Yeah,
Yeah, he picked up the cult jacket.
I got the black
Oh
and gray.
my gosh! Did you send him a
Oh, I
pack
like
of
it.
seeds, Adam?
who? Oh no, I told him. I told him he's not getting a pack of seeds. By the way, I was like, you don't think
Just so
you're
you know.
Just so you know, you're definitely not getting a bag of seeds.
Yeah, so he can.
I've seen how
that's
Vinny does
fucked
with these
up.
Yeah,
things.
because he'll grow it in here and he'll mess it all up.
Actually, what I would like to do is bring the
fried.
freak shows down
That's
here because they're
fucked up.
so Dr. Seussy right now that I don't know what to do with them.
Okay.
And I was like, I should put them in here because then they'll just no one will ever notice them and they'll look funny and
Yeah.
people will go like, what the heck?
Yeah, we could do that. It's
So
a
what the heck?
temperature.
How's yours? You killed it?
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, don't even talk about the fucking freak show right now. Yes, I killed her. So bring some more, please.
I will.
What?
I know. I know. I wasn't home for a couple days, and that's all it takes. A couple days.
Yeah.
I do want another freak show, though. I love that plant. Such a cutie.
All right. Well, you guys are gonna
America
do
is a land of freedom,
some Patreon.
independence, and
Come kick it with
individual
us on
thinking.
Patreon, guys.
But sometimes an idea comes along that's just a little
Yeah,
different.
come kick it with us.
And before you know it, whoops, you're in
You
a
can hear me
cult.
snore.
What did you say, Dave?
You can hear me snore. I'll leave the
That was
phone
nice.
on.
Are you going to come hang out with us too, Dave?
No, he's not.
No, it's like 3:00 in the
Well,
morning.
then stay awake, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, you only have a couple
You
more
know,
minutes.
so
be awake
you
right
gotta
now.
play
Sleep
through.
at
It's half the
home.
day
Yeah,
tomorrow.
play through.
You don't sleep at home, dude.
I'm drunk.
Rally.
You're not drunk.
I haven't been drunk in years.
I don't think I've ever seen you drink.
I haven't had a drink
Yeah,
in
I don't
years.
think I've ever seen you drink.
That's it. I'm off the wagon now.
Great
I'm
job,
a total alcoholic again.
I want to support it. And
I
also,
was never an alcoholic. I was
going to say, and also, I don't think you've ever actually had a problem.
Dave is not an alcoholic. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
You don't have those. You don't have those alcoholic
No.
vibes. No.
Nah.
You have the guy who got way too drunk too fast and left the party vibes.
Cruise ship party vibes.
Cruise ship.
What? Like,
You
you know
guys
what I
are
mean?
fucking cold. You do kind of give that though, Dave. Shit, they nailed it, my friend.
Cruise ship party guy.
I have a lampshade on my head right now.
Oh, we miss you. I hope you're having the best time. When do you come back?
Cool Dave at night.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Heck yes. So you'll be
Well-
here next week.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Maybe.
Oh, enjoy your time out there. That's nice. That's nice for you.
Can I
It's real nice for you.
I hate you, Mark.
Please?
It always sounds backhanded.
When he says it,
That's when he's being the most sincere, though.
yeah, it's when he says it twice.
If he says just kidding afterwards.
I'm just kidding, Dave.
For real.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
twice
no.
and then just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, and twice and then just kidding too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
You think I'm keeping your seat, Dave? This is pretty cozy over here.
Bonnie wants him home.
Yeah, dude. What are you guys doing to me?
So get ready for Patreon. If you're not a Patreon
Oh,
listener,
yeah.
you become
Patreon.
one, so you can come hang out with us. Without Dave,
Oh shit! Did I? Even
Dave free a Dave free event. That's worth $1.05 right
Dave
there.
free event.
That's worth $1.05 right there.
$1.05.
But next week you'll be home. When are you coming home? What's your deal?
Tuesday.
Oh
You're not listening?
shit! I didn't listen to
You
nothing.
didn't hear
him?
I was dealing with other things way
Wow,
more,
dude.
way
All right, I'm going to sleep.
way
Good
more
night, all.
interesting. All right, guys. See you.
Bye,
Love you,
Dave.
Dave. Bye.
Be careful out there.
All right, we'll see you guys on Patreon.
Have a wonderful evening, y'all.
See you over there. Peace out, everybody.
Practically every one of the top 40 records being played on every radio station in the United States is a communication to the children to take a trip, to cop out, to groove. The psychedelic jackets on the record albums. This is a special question. We don't want you to smoke genetic modified ganja. We want you to smoke the real thing. We want you to smoke the natural herb. Sweet. Some call it marijuana. Sweet. Some call it sesame. Sweet. Some call it lamb's bread. The tea. And some people call it